I already linked my account and got my charm and my whatever. Oh, is it a Jake costume? Jake Beach Cosmetic. Done and done. Well, shall we begin? This is going to be lengthy. Depending if I read all the stuff, and I probably will. Just on one playthrough. New file. Welcome to your dream vacation. Before we get started, what shall we call you? Frank. Goes in. No underscore. Confirm. Loading. 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 Hopefully I'm in a good spot here. Let's see. It's me. It's Gozen. Cough, cough, cough. Clown cough. Smoker's cough. You wake up on the beach, soaking wet, salt water stinging the inside of your throat as if you'd nearly drowned. Water falls from your mouth as you open it to gasp for air. You have no memory of how you got here. In fact, you can only remember your own name, but not where you came from, or a single fact about your life. What you do know is that, despite the outrageous beauty of the landscape around you, you feel incredibly sick to your stomach. Wow, really went down the wrong pipe, huh? You need a minute, or can I go on? It was me this weekend in the lake. Because I can give you a minute. We've got plenty of time. Endless time, really. Already played there. The ocean and eternity, if you catch my drift. Whoa, not now, ocean. Sorry, Gozen. May I continue? Please, go on. Okay, then. As I was. As I was saying. Look down at your feet, ankle deep in the crystal blue water of a newly arrived wave. As the water recedes back into the ocean, it travels a grotesque discovery. A decomposing face stares up at you from beneath the sand. All you can do is vomit, a stream of dark bile, bugs, worms, and other ick. Blech. Questions race through your mind. Where are you? How did you get here? Who's behind this incredibly charming and well-spoken voice in your head? However, answers don't come easy. Your mind is completely blank. What will you do? What will I do? Run! Close my eyes. Dig up that face. Sleepy dragon. I'm gonna dig up that face. Here we go. Let's go for it. Dig up the zombie head. You brush the sand away from the half-buried human head embedded in the ground before you. What do we got here? There's no body, just this head. As you pick it up, flakes of skin fall to the ground. The jaw falls open, revealing a gold coin sitting on the rotting tongue of this poor dead soul. Getting your hands dirty, I see. I like that. You're a take charge type. You examine the gold coin briefly, happily distracted from what has otherwise been an extremely confusing morning. It's like me waking up after a bender. The sun beats down on you, drying your clothes. You check your pockets, but they're empty. Plenty of room for a gold coin, you suppose. So you deposit it. Oh, I actually saw it, Lance. I actually did get him. The voice channel, the voice stuff. Thank you, though. What's that? A nice coin you've got there. What if you were to spend it right now? No, thanks. Why not? I'd like to save my money, thanks. I'm not sure what the value of this thing is. No, thanks. Look, I'm gonna level with you here. That coin you found, it's mine. I dropped it yesterday, and I've been looking for it, looking all over for it. Dropped it into a dead person's mouth? Could you just give it back? No. No. Shh. Be that way, then. Your mind doesn't have a chance to linger any longer on your current situation as you feel something soft bump into your foot. When you look down, you find a volleyball sitting in the sand there next to you. You stare down. Frozen. Frozen. A voice calls out from behind you. Little help, please? You turn around And when you see what's waiting for you, your jaw just about hits the ground. Four gorgeous monsters stand halfway between you and a well-tended volleyball court. Presents to it all. You don't need to get me any presents. Thank you, though. Each of them oozes with undead energy, a magical aura reaching out and penetrating you. Oh my. Via your eyes. Your heart begins to race. Curiosity, fear, desire. You can't help but stare at these casually dressed, let's call them killers. I don't know. Not to be judgmental, but that's just the energy they put out there. So many competing feelings rush through your mind at once that you are completely paralyzed. That's what we're calling it, huh? Hello?
Hello?
Crotch, crotch,
Hello?
crotch. Bang on the crotch.
Hola,
Crotch,
Stinkwhiddle. Thank you for the
crotch,
5 months. Thank you for the
bang
resub.
on the crotch.
Greatly appreciated. Hope you've been well.
Stinkwhiddle just resubscribed for 5 months. Hola.
Hola. There are weird days, and then there's this. All you can do is look down at the ball and back up at this monstrous lineup of, well, literal monsters. Sexy-ass monsters, though. What do you do? Toss it back, kick it back, say no thanks, say nothing, do nothing. I will toss it back. You bend down and grab the ball. That's pretty loud, actually. Can we turn this down? Hang on. You bend down and grab the ball. It's warm from sitting in the sand on this beautiful day. When you give the ball a toss, it arcs beautifully through the air and lands right in Huntress's hands. Not bad, stranger. Huntress's muscles ripple as she grips it in her hand. You look her up and down and consider what it might be like to be held tightly in those strong arms. Warm, perhaps, maybe a little sweaty, but it's okay. That's okay. It's natural. We're calling it. Try hard much? Blech. They're speaking directly to you, but you still can't bring yourself to reply. You're entranced. When you snap out of it, you realize that everyone has gone back to the volleyball court. Alone again, you look across the beach at these strange residents who casually bat a volleyball back and forth, happily ignoring your intrusion onto their private beach. Should you be frightened, worried, excited? I did refer to them as killers, not to give too much away. Grocery shopping tomorrow? But at the same time, damn, they are looking very appealing in their own way, and nobody so much as lifted a blood-soaked finger in your direction. Aw, set. Relatable. Don't be scared, Gozen. You were made for this. Well, geez, if the spooky ocean voice says not to be scared, I'm sure it's all going to work out. With no good reason not to, you decide to head over and see what happens next. Can I join in the fun and games? It seems like you've derailed the volleyball game just by showing up. Oh, typical me. You derailed the game just by showing up, nitwit. And I guess you're also a nitwit. Look, it's best just to go with what Trapper says when he says it. That's a policy I hold for pretty much anyone who always seems to have fresh blood on their hands. Hey, don't worry about it. It's all just a game. Existence, that is. Besides, you seem a lot more interesting than a silly game. What's your deal? What brings you here? You mean they're here to do more than distract from my total domination? Literal domination. Deep sigh. That was Wraith. That sigh means he was done with the game too. Bing bong ding dong. Either that or he saw a butterfly or something. Look, I don't care what the slack-jawed moron is here. Why the slack-jawed moron is here. I just want to know, can I kill them or not? You know you can't. At least not yet. Oh yeah, not yet. Hey Gozen, you might want to, say something. Actually, never mind. There'll be plenty of time for that soon enough. Right now, this group has some questions for you. But be warned, answer quickly and answer well. Hang on, I want to save the game. This is a timed quiz, and it will be very important later. Uh-oh. Very important. Or not important in any way whatsoever. Probably that one. I can't remember. How attractive would you say you are? Asks the trapper. Very attractive, not at all attractive, average. I'm not at all attractive. I never thought of myself as attractive. Whoa, watch it. That's bullshit. You're beautiful, you hear me? Oh, thank you, voice in my head. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Asks the Wraith. Invisibility, flight, or super strength? I'm going to go with flight. Sorry, bing bong ding dong. Flight, for sure. Technically, I suppose I can fly. Honestly, it's not all that it's cracked up to be. As far as I go, I'm still not sure where I want to be, says the spirit. How'd you like the breakfast? Oh, it looked great. What was your best subject in school? Asks the spirit. Math, history, or skipping class? Boy, I don't really know. I think I'm going to go with history, actually. Wasn't all math, I think all history, American history. History? Nice! It's important to know what came before so that we are not doomed to repeat humanity's mistakes. I mean, we will anyways, but still, it's true. You're not wrong. What's your favorite animal? Says the huntress. Dog, cat. What is this word? Mustelid? Musty lid? I'm not even sure what that is. I have no clue what that is. We'll go with cat. Definitely a cat. Voice in head says nothing. What? Why is everyone looking at me? You think just because I'm the typical cute goth girl, I have some specific love of all things cats? And more specifically, black cats? Well, I do, but you can all go to hell anyway. What's your favorite color? Says the Wraith. Blue, blood red, 3-day-old corpse. Blood red. Red. Some call it the color of love, but love is just another word for pain. What is my dream job? Asks the spirit. Astronaut, nightclub promoter, not working at all. Oh man, you know me. We get to do what we really want. Why work at all? It takes a lot of courage to break free from society's expectations to climb the ladder, says the spirit. Trapper. Only she could spin laziness into some kind of grand crusade. These damned millennials. Best flavor of ice cream. Vanilla, chocolate, horseflesh. The weasel family? That answer before? Vanilla. Vanilla? My favorite flavor is pain. Same. Same here. Mine is vanilla, swirled with pain, says the bing bong ding dong boy. I think mint chip is the greatest flavor ever conceived myself. But enough about ice cream, am I right? Hold on a second. This reminds me. I am right. Always. It's a lesson you should learn before we go too much further. Do what I say if you want to survive. Pick mint chip. Uh-oh. We're teaching lessons now, narrator? You rascal. Kill or be killed is the rule on this island. Even your face for faceless voices. Tell me, what's the best flavor of ice cream? Vanilla, chocolate, horse flesh, mint chip. Gotta be ready for tomorrow? So what's happening tomorrow? I'm gonna go mint chip with the voice in my head. The best flavor is mint chip. So obedient. I think you're gonna do just fine. Anywho, now that they know so much about you, I'm sure the group wants to start getting to know them. I'm Trapper. I pretty much run things around here. I'm the smartest, richest, strongest person on this whole island. I don't like losers. If you want to know what a loser is, say hello to Wraith. Hi, I'm Wraith. I'm nothing like everyone else. To walk to pick up your groceries tomorrow? I like nice people and loathe big dumb idiots. Hey, what's up? I'm Spirit. I don't like most things. I don't really hate most things either. It's not worth my time. The things I do hate, I really hate, you know? Based on my personal observations, life is nothing but suffering, and society is a carefully calculated lie to keep everyone subservient to those in power. It's better to choose to just not take part. Jeez, it's like she was downright murdered by society. She hates it so much. Oh, no, wait. I'm remembering Spirit's story now, and that's almost exactly what happened. I agree with you, Bala. Gonna be tired tomorrow. Hey, I'm Huntress. Don't let these bummers get you down. There's lots of fun to be had on this island, along with lots of love. Yeah, there is, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. Grow up. Grow a body. I've explained this 1,000 times. I'm dead, but I'm not a literal ghost. I just create a trail of fog. I'm not made of it. Whatever, fog body. That's not nice. He's not nice. You love it. Only sometimes. Ew, really? That's disgusting. That's why she likes it. Don't speak for me. I also hate it. Oh, Trapper trying to get with the Huntress here. Stop speaking entirely, actually. For the first time ever, I agree with Wraith. Let's move on. Otherwise, they'll do this all day. Besides, if I know this crew, and I do, I want to show off soon enough. If we're done playing, let's do something else instead. Wow, for once I actually agree with the meathead. I say we go to my yacht. It's the massive boat docked nearby. I'll give everyone a taste of true luxury and power. Wraith rolls his eyes. Don't mind him. He just hates fun and happiness. No, I hate the endless, desperate, soul-crushing pursuit of wealth. The way it's flaunted needlessly and the cruelty it engenders. What about hanging out by the pool? Hey there, K9 Orc. Hello there. I find the water calming, simple, beautiful. Oh, it was excellent, K9 Orc. It was beautiful. Great time. Went very, very well. Trip up, trip back, the stay. Could ask for more, but no, it was excellent. Thank you for asking. Hey, what about our volleyball game? We could exercise and have some fun as a group. Are you all serious? That's a perfectly good lounge to chill out at here. Right here. I'm tired, and besides, I hate being in the sun. Where do you want to go? This looks like the yacht. So this is where we are. We're at the volleyball. I hate that I interrupted your game. You should finish it. Yay! I love to play outdoors. I also love to meet new people. I also love to bring them home to play. Oh my.
Oh my.
The hell is this? This is the new Dead by Daylight dating sim that came out yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. Hooked on You is the name. A visual novel. Which I'm not usually a fan of, but because it's DVD themed, I'm playing it at least once here on stream. I'm sort of a big kid at heart. Obviously, you are too. I like you already. Oh my. I hate people who are too serious. They ruin everything. Me too, lady. Well, they do if you don't handle them swiftly. Hold on. For just one moment. This is Dwight and Claudette, our activity coordinators. Uh-oh. They are also the cooks, waiters, bartenders, janitors, and every other job. They're the only help remaining on the island. This place we call Murderous Island. Cue dramatic musical flourish. None of the others survived. Sad. Survived the interview process, I mean. Hence, why we shall heretofore refer to them as survivors with a capital S. Have you been K9 Orc? These two have worked here for a long time. So very long, I don't actually know how long it's been. Sorry. Anyway, I should probably let Dwight and Claudette do their mandated jobs. They sure look happy, but they're vibrating with a nervous energy that is starting to give me the creeps. We will now escort the group to the venue of your choosing. However, in the future, we recommend waiting for us to present to you with your options whenever possible, and don't just run off to various activities unsupervised. We don't have much autonomy around here. The least you can do is allow us to do our job. The most you can do is help us get off this Dwight! Yes, pardon me. Please follow us. Hey, narrator? Yes? Something I can help you with? These two, Claudette and Dwight, did they just start to mention something about wanting to escape? Is escape an option? Should I be trying to escape? Escape? Them? Oh, no. I think you're mistaken. Dwight and Claudette, indeed. Oh, your aunt didn't like it? Well, did you like it, though? Did you like your cut? It seemed like Dwight was asking for help to get off this island, though. Oh, right, that. Yes, that's true. He was, but he just meant that he wants to get out to the other vacation island getaway, a couple miles south of here. Has much fancier accommodations than this island. Oh, you have a botched bleach job. Here's hoping you could take care of it pretty quickly. I've never done any bleaching myself, on myself or others. It's one of those big corporate outfits, quite exclusive, where all the famous celebrities hang out. Very luxurious. Doesn't quite have the charm that this island has. Though, I read that all wrong. Trust me, you wouldn't want to go there. With all that money comes a lot of restrictions. You know, line up or whatever next time. This is where you belong. Now, off you go. It's time for an activity. On this island, your decisions matter. Mostly when I agree with them. Not like that other island. So, what'll it be? There's no text here. If I just stay here, what happens? Wow, it's so exciting to have someone else into athletics on the island. Spirit and Wraith are so boring and Trapper is so predictable. Relying on brute strength to win games. He has no respect at all for grace and skill. Thank goodness you didn't choose the yacht. What kind of person wants to be a sitting duck in the middle of an open ocean? You're just asking for a sneak attack from an elk. Wondered how long it would take for her to bring up an elk attack. Game's starting up again. Make sure you're watching close. She's really something, huh? Elk don't swim. Live in the forest long enough and you'll see an elk swim. Believe you me. Oh, you want to go blue again? What color was your hair? Was it blue? Cheer for me, cute stuff. The killers resumed their place in the volleyball court and resumed the match they were playing before you arrived. Hey, fancy a lemonade? I see you working up a thirst, eyeing those bouncing buns playing volleyball. Claudette hands you your lemonade. Oh, so fresh, so tart. She leans in and whispers in your ear. Who'd you bet on to win? Who's the MVP of your little heart? You're nervous. You don't want any of these killers to hear you talking about them, or not talking about them if they're into that sort of thing. Red and black ombre? Did I say that right? Probably said that wrong. Just pick someone, please. It's not like we've got all day. Night, week, month, year, lifetime, eternity, or anything. Who put sand in that guy's shorts? Sheesh. Okay, I think, Spirit. Good answer, except that Spirit overheard you. Uh-oh. Of all of us, you chose me? You're clearly not paying attention to how much I hate this game. I haven't so much as lifted a severed hand. Also, betting in any way, shape, or form is a huge turnoff to me, by the way. Uh-oh. Ruined already. Any fool knows that gambling is just another system meant to imprison you in debt until you slowly go mad and kill your entire family. This girl is no fun. She doesn't enjoy the thrill of the hunt. I mean, the thrill of a fun and relaxing beach game. Cannot relate. What? That literally happened to me. My dad had so many money problems, he felt so backed into a corner that he hacked me into chunks. Well, sure, but I don't know. Pretty bad stuff happened to all of us, you know? Don't tell me to calm down. Not me. Nothing bad ever happened to me. I'm living my best life. I know what you're thinking, but it's just not the time to point out the giant hooks piercing Trapper's body. I did say it right? I hear you're not really trying, but I guess I just thought you looked pretty cute anyhow. Fine. Thanks, I guess. Wow, what a game. It's a tie. Can there even be a tie in volleyball? No one knows since this is everyone's first time playing. These killers don't usually have time for team sports amid their busy schedules of brutally tearing survivors to shreds. Hey, is Claudette crying? Are you okay, Claudette? Probably just shedding a tear for her lost fellow survivors. Dark ruby red on top half and bled into a dark black on the bottom. Oh, cool. I do love dyed hair and hair colors and stuff. I mean, it varies, I guess, depending on the person, but But to be honest, I can't wait to see the Chapter W perks in WDB and DVD and WDBD. You know, this resort had 4 employees when it opened. It's nothing. I'm totally fine, Saj cladded. Whatever you say, boss. Oh, look, the killers have dispersed and are all cooling down in their own way. Spirit is reading a novel. Trapper is stretching sensually in between chainsaw curls. Wraith is standing on the beach, desperately hoping the sand will swallow him up. And Huntress is doing some target practice with her bloodied hatchet. You feel a nudge. Dwight is looking at you expectantly. You should really make a move. Life is short. You could get snuffed out at any time of the day. Carpe diem. Carpe PM. Carpe nowum. Go ahead. Chat one of them up. Saving. So, which killer has caught your eye? Spirit. You make your way over to Spirit, who's deep into a thick paperback novel. She looks up at you. Surprised that someone like you has the time of day for someone like me. Weird thing to say since you barely even remember what someone you are. So far, she seems like an unpredictable gal, though. What are you, thinking about right now? Vengeance against my father? What else? Noted. Man, this chick is emo. Seems like she'd be great to hang out with at the mall with you and help you pick out a pair of giant ugly boots. Things are getting pretty gothic up in here. You want to run with that or maybe change it up? Stick with vengeance or how about the weather? Yeah, I'd definitely be using Ada for sure. You know me. Especially with the new changes and everything on all the perks. Hell yes. Sticking with vengeance. I know, parents really just don't understand. It's like they were young once too, but they managed to forget what it was like. It's so frustrating. Right? And then they become so obsessed with their job, with their status, with wealth and society that they become completely crazed and end up murdering their whole families. Yeah. It totally blows. I hate parents. My dad was like, "You're too young to get your ears pierced." And I was like, "But mom got hers pierced when she was a baby." And she was like, "It was a different time. Don't talk back." Then, did one of them attack you with a katana? No, but my dad stepped on my foot and it really hurt because I had been taking a nap and I didn't have any shoes on, but he was wearing really heavy boots. We've clearly both been through a lot. I think you look great with pierced ears for what it's worth. Thank you, narrator. I think so too. Come on, everyone. The fun and games can't be over already. I get it. Volleyball. Not ruthless enough? Look at us. We crave action. We crave excitement. We crave the thrill of the hunt. It's time to see if our friend here has the hunter's instinct. I saw you surveying me like prey on the volleyball court, Gozen. Oh my. You know me. Huntress waves a bloody axe in the air and you step back nervously before you realize she's not waving it at you. She's handing it to you. Don't worry, I've got several of these. It's important to hone your skills, especially when you're in a new place where threats may lurk around every corner. You need to make sure that you are the biggest threat of all. Just don't aim those things at me. You can't even see me. John Cena. Minigames consist of 2 parts. On top, a pointer which rotates in a clockwise direction. And on the bottom, a target you're going to be pointing at.
My disappointment
Hey there, Mr. Kane.
is immeasurable.
Sometimes the target is immediately visible. Sometimes it's hidden until the pointer arrives. Press the spacebar to stop the pointer while over the target to win. Fail to land on the target and you will lose. Uh-oh. To achieve a perfect success, land on the start of the target area, not the end. Okay, ready to play? Or would you like to see me repeat that?
What? See that booty?
Oh, we're ready, chat. We're ready. Ready for skill check time. Away we go. Show them what you got. Perfect. Oh, go faster. Whoop. Faster. A little off on that one. She says perfect. Ooh, baby. Achievement unlocked. Huntress eyes you hungrily with a bite of her lip. Oh my. When you wouldn't want a sharpshooter on my bad side, or would I? What does that even mean? Hatchet throwing. Cool, I guess. I like stabbing. I my stabbing to be a bit more up close and personal. And with machete. Somewhere a loud horn blows and the survivors snap into action. Time's up. You heard him. Get to the next activity. Dwight looks pissed. Both look pissed, Clyda and Dwight. Seems like the next activity is mealtime? How quaint. You were expecting what? Capture the flag? Do you know how complicated it's to run a game like that? Much more so than sitting and talking. You arrive at the cookout area to find an assortment of picnic tables scattered around. What were you expecting? Some kind of grand hall with a huge banquet table? This ain't some prestigious fantasy epic like you'd find on cable. Doesn't only has eyes for Huntress. Hunbutt. Dwight and Clyda usher you to your seat, but there's very limited seating directly around you. And, oh great, terrific. It seems that everyone wants to sit next to you. Hey, I feel like Mr. Popular again. Imagine. Even better is that they don't want to sit next to certain other people either. Oh boy, sit on my lap, everybody. To start, no one wants to sit next to Trapper. Uh-oh. Trap Daddy. Meanwhile, he refuses to sit next to Wraith or Trickster. Hold up. Oh yeah, Trickster is here. Surprised? Yeah, well they don't call him Expected-ster. I'm sorry, even I get nervous around crowds of killers, and my whole shtick gets a little flustered. Hey there, you're looking good, Gozen, real good. And we literally can't let the hunters and trappers sit together. No, seriously, their arms are too big. They can't fit at the table if they sit side by side. Look at this. We can't even fit everyone on screen at the same time. You probably think it was an error, but it's not. It was completely intentional. Let that be a lesson to you. Every error you think you see is a choice. Got that? Okay, Dwight and Clyda are directing traffic. You sit on one side. The rest of them will sit opposite of you. Huntress and Trapper can sit at the ends with their enormous, sexy arms. Now that everyone is seated, we can begin dinner. Tonight's meal was prepared slowly and carefully with both love and for 12 hours over a spit. A good old spit roast. Wink. We hope you all enjoy. We really, really hope you do. Hey, you didn't actually tell us what you're serving. What are we eating? Oh, where was that, Canine Orc? Where was the favorite place? It's meat. Seasoned with a specific number of special herbs and spices that we simply can't divulge. My favorite. Meat is good. Meat is murder. Which, you'd know, considering what you've been up to. Who are you to get judgy now? I'm just sharing facts. You need to murder something to eat its meat, so that's, like, technically true. Technically true is the best kind of true. Okay, enough yapping. Let's eat. Hey, Gozen, you thinking what I'm thinking? It's gonna be a person on that spit, right? Or several parts of overlapping people, perhaps. Marlin's subshot has been around forever. Oh, nice, right on. You'll be a good sub every now and then. I haven't seen many pigs wearing palm tree button-down prints, you know? When you look closely at the spit, you spot what definitely appears to be scraps of fabric sandwiched between some layers of meat. I think I might be sick. Is there anything else to eat? This took 12 hours. And we do literally everything on this island. Actually, there's one thing you're not doing today. You're not carving up this delectable meal. Wow, he's right for a change, because I am the one with the broad axe. It's the perfect tool for easily chopping anything in twain. First, who says twain? Sometimes I swear it's like we're all from completely different historical eras. Second, I'll handle this with my cleaver. Fast, powerful, and clean. At least it's clean when the meat is cooked. No blood. Ugh, you two and your ridiculous bicep swinging contest. Enough! Grow up! Obviously, my gorgeous katana is the only option. Obs. The hell it is. Oh, I'll show you both my katana and send you to actual hell if you'd like. Please stop, please. I hate when we fight, or talk, or even when we look at each other in the eye. I can do it. I have the skull of Azarov. Azarav's resting place. Great. Instead of slicing it up, you can club it to a second death. Hey, Gozen. I know this isn't what you want to eat, but hurry up and volunteer to carve up Felix. I mean, dinner. Otherwise, this will go on for hours. No hyperbole. They once argued over who had the most effective weapon for 72 hours straight. And it doesn't matter which one does it. When they're done, they will take even longer cleaning their weapon, all while explaining the value in maintaining your tools. Achievement unlocked. Despite being a bunch of cold-blooded killers, for some reason they're always terrified of tetanus. Hey, why don't you just let me carve up dinner? Splendid idea. We'd hate for it to get cold. He hated it when it got cold. Here's a machete, freshly sharpened. Mini games, got it. Yes, yes. Yes, got it. Skill checks, nodders. We are ready. Ready. And away we go. Slice. Shit. I say perfect. I don't believe it. Skill checks on the grill. Off on that one. Not bad. Oh, man, I fucked up. You missed completely, sad. But that was the really fast one. That was pretty good. I'd like to see what you can do with a less clumsy weapon. Yeah, I said it. Machetes are dumb. Dinner is finally served. For real. The sounds, especially coming from the masked killers while they eat, which involves lifting their masks and shoving food up behind them, are nasty. Spirit, meanwhile, doesn't even eat. She's the only one who seems to really be embracing being dead. They're all dead, right? This is obviously hell. I mean... Come on. We're still trying to be mysterious here. You think mystery comes easy? Claudette and Dwight are the only ones who've been working their asses off to make this night perfect. Well, at least they're lifting their masks. This is only 99% as disgusting as it could be if they just tried to mash their stuff through there. Spirit, aren't you hungry? The two best things about being dead is not having to eat. That's only one thing. Think about it, Gozen. Number two is... No, number two. One less thing to think about in the afterlife. Even if I wanted to eat, I have no idea what would actually follow. You might have noticed, but I'm mostly just a bunch of dismembered body parts floating in a spectral form. Do you see how deep this cut on my abdomen is? I don't think my digestive tract connects anymore. Between the food and the behavior of the group, this might be the worst meal in history. But even worse is they're staring at you. You're not eating. They don't like that. I think they want an explanation why. What do you want to tell them? This is gross. I'm sorry. Or look at this seagull. Look at that seagull. Hey, look at that seagull. Wow. You ever see a seagull that big? I haven't. That's incredible. Anyway, what were we talking about? Lame misdirect. Yeah, she's right, Gozen. Pretty lame. Own who you are. Never compromise. Didn't you wash up on the island with no memory of who you are and how you got here? Yes, you did. Poor thing. You have no idea the last time you ate a real meal. You've been standing in the sun. But the seagull. Uh-oh. He just made a lot of good points. I swear. You're beginning to feel lightheaded. It waved at me. Maybe you need to eat to survive here. Hey, Mr. Code, what's up? Peepo corn. Either that or someone poisoned you. No, wait, you haven't eaten, so you can't be poisoned. Whatever the answer, you're clearly about to pass out. Boy, this is exactly like me. Those we have 2T. Oh, hey, it's me again. Your friend, mentor, and guide. Narrator to the narrator, the ocean. Not sure how I feel about that characterization, but I'll allow it. I brought you here, and I might be the only one who can help you now. There's only one thing you must do to survive. You have to figure out why you're really here. No one can tell you, not unless you follow the right path, or at least a right path. There's too many of those to count. Hopefully you pick at least one of them. Because there are even more wrong paths. Many of them lead to your demise. Others lead to something even worse. Marriage? A kid. Starting scenes over and hate having to fast forward back to where you were. Am I right? For this place holds many secrets, even from itself. The one that truly matters can only be learned if you answer the most important question. Why are you here? Relaxing, finishing up with deposit, not doing anything else for the rest of your shift. Oh, cool. Why are you here? Answer that and you'll learn the truth. The ultimate truth. Vague. Mysterious. I gotta give it up to this Ocean character. And some quality early game storytelling. Hold on, I'm back. One more piece of advice. You've made many choices by now. Some of them I liked, some of them I did not. It's in your best interest to make more choices that I like. Ocean hates me. You wake up to find Huntress holding your limp body, gingerly pouring cool water into your mouth. Oh, good. You're okay. Sometimes when I try to care for people, they have a way of ending up less alive than when I started. It would be a total bummer if that happened to you. It's been so long since I had a normal, happy, healthy living person around. Usually I'm just falling into the same old routine of smashing everyone's heads open with a hatchet before I really get to know who they are as a person. Aw. But you're not nearly as scared or too busy writhing in pain for me to see. You feel nervous in her arms, not just because they're maybe crushing you a little bit, but because she's beautiful. Yes, beautiful. But I was just going to narrate the fact that not, say it out loud as a single word like some creep. Hey, witchy mama, hello there. Uh-oh, sorry to hear that. Beautiful. Mask, your bunny mask. It's quite gorgeous. Nice recovery. But now that you're awake and talking, you got to keep this up. Did you make it yourself? You're the first person to ever ask me that. Yes, I did. You seem so quirky and cool. You could do anything. Own an Etsy store, be a doctor. Why is it that you kill people? Huntress sighs. You can practically see the memories flickering across her eyes, but she hasn't tried to kill you yet, so that's a good sign. It's all I was ever taught to do as a young girl, so I thought it was right. Even through the mask, you can see that Huntress is blushing a bit. It seems like your line of questioning has made her a little nervous. Hey, you didn't eat much at dinner. Want a snack? Uh-oh, I do. Down for a snack? She offers you some jerky. Probably human jerky, but her spice game is on point. It smells pretty damn good. Oh, she knows me too. Sure, we'll accept that jerky. When on Murderous Island, you might as well eat as the killers do. Plus, you really are hungry. You can chow down on jerky essentially, right? I can, actually. True story, you've seen it on stream. I'd love some. After a moment of quiet chewing on what you choose to believe is not human thigh meat, you decide to be bold and ask another question. Have you ever been in a relationship before? Dang, you're really going there. You do not play around, Gozen. Huntress takes a moment to think deeply before answering. I must say, it's quite amusing to see this hulking bombshell get all twisted up with these personal questions. Kudos to you, Gozen. There was this one deer that looked at me quite provocatively in a clearing once, but that doesn't count, does it? You hear the faintest giggles bubble out from behind Huntress's mask. You're so cute, Huntress. No, it doesn't count. Whoa, what's this? Found something in the sand. Huntress reaches down to pick it up. It's a hair clip, probably left by some little girl who was playing on the beach long ago, who is definitely still alive and not at all dead. Pulling a fast one. Time is of the essence. Huntress closes the bag of jerky with the hair clip. Seems like she's a little mixed up on how exactly this particular item works. Should you go with the flow or show off some of your knowledge of advanced human-ing? Show her a thing or two or go with the flow? I'm gonna go with the flow. With my instinct. Huntress is admittedly a little scary. Might be best not to correct her at this moment. But if she gets upset, she could probably kill you with nothing more than this very clip itself, wielded as a blade in her nimble fingers. But honestly, would she even need the clip? Certainly, her bare hands are enough to get the job done. You take a gulp thinking about just how fragile your puny little neck is. It's true. Oh my, indeed. Also, between the fainting, human jerky, and the probably dead girl's hair clip, You're feeling ready to get back to the group and have a lie down. Good thinking. Wouldn't want that jerky to dry out. I hate to break this to you, but never mind. Just as things are really heating up, you hear a flurry of footsteps behind you and you quickly spin around, ready to fend off whatever new danger has popped up on this strange island. Can we save? Save any savers? Only to find out that it's Dwight and Claudette sprinting across the beach, clipboards in hand, which they're waving in the air above their heads. It's very important that we stick to the itinerary and attend each event as scheduled. Playing sick for cute flirt points was not a part of this evening's activities. It's strictly slotted in for after campfire story time. At this rate, we'll be late. Hate these guys already. Everyone in my fun. Playing sick? No, I was. No time for excuses. Well, there is, but that's scheduled for after what comes after the flirting. Oh my. Go, 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 go! Once everyone is gathered at the fire pit, Dwight and Claudette quickly make an announcement. We're not going to blame anyone in particular, but someone, and we're not going to say who, so don't worry you, hasn't been sticking to the schedule. That means we're behind on time for evening activities. And we'll only have time for one person to share their special spooky nighttime story. Okay, Witchy. So when it comes back soon enough. Such a turn off. Mr. Code? Just one story, but story time is my favorite activity. This is a narrative-heavy experience. You're telling us that only one person gets to share? How will we decide who? Oh, great. We have to decide as a group? That never goes well. Whoever did this, step up now. I swear I won't be angry. I'll merely chop your head clean off. No fuss, no muss. Voice trembling, you realize this is probably it for you. But you embrace your fate. Sorry, everyone. I think they're talking about me. To be honest, I still don't understand how this whole schedule thing works. I guess I lost track of time. While I was passed out? Been there before, even though it's taking some pressure off of me, which is an absolute dream come true. Is it really fair to pick on the newbie? Seriously, has anything here ever happened on schedule? Even once? Yeah, you know, right? Trappers ripped to the nines. Damn it, Donald, if you try to flex that authority gimmick one more time, so help me. I'll snap your head off so quick, and then I'll drown you in his blood, Cynthia. Fuss and Muss are back on. You two know I love to hack, slash, and slice. We all know you love to kill, so it's almost all you talk about. Nobody named any names. Who even knows any names? Not us. I renounce my name. Who's Donald? Who's Dwight? Who even knows anymore? Call me nobody. Nobody. But we still got to get started on story time, so... Gozen, who do you think should go? Ah, damn it. That's a name. Please pick somebody quickly so that this tropical vacation doesn't turn into a bloodbath. I choose you, Spirit. I choose you, Pikachu. Whoa, whoa. This entire experience is being carefully crafted to avoid an IP infringement lawsuit. Let's be careful with the catchphrases, will ya? Really? You want to hear from me? Spirit huffs and dramatically rolls her eyes as she gets to her feet in front of the campfire. Don't let her talk you out of it. She's great with ghost stories. I don't know where she gets it, but she comes up with the scariest stuff. Seriously disturbing, even to me. And I literally pulled a guy's skull and spine out once with my bare hands. Talk about bullshit stories. If everyone else is going to chit-chat, I guess I can just sit down and... Huntress's eyes go red behind her mask, and both Trapper and Wraith take their seat. They know when it's worth fighting and when it's not. Ahem. Well, I hate to break it to you, but tonight's story isn't scary. It's a romance. Too late now, though. I was selected, and so I'm going to tell my story. I call it... The Prisoner's Kiss. Welcome back, K9 Orc. You notice that Huntress and Wraith are both sharing a giant tub of popcorn. Nobody offered you popcorn. It was a dark summer night. Warm rain seeped from the sky like blood from an old wound. Detective Hada, a celebrated investigator and renowned hostage negotiator, was called to the scene of a strange occurrence, unlike anything she had ever seen before. When she arrived, the scene was chaotic. Crowds had begun to gather. A dozen other officers were doing everything they could to keep curious onlookers away. How could anyone resist wanting to know more? For there, in the middle of a busy market, had appeared a giant box, strange, alien in its appearance, and massive in size. Massive. No one knew how it got there. Was it delivered? Built on site? In such a busy area? How could something like this just appear? A mystery. It was as if it was conjured by magic. This was no illusion. The huge box was very real, and someone was trapped inside. Spirit pauses her story to look from face to each audience member. She has no expression, but you feel her vibrating with energy. She's in her element. "Help me!" cried someone inside the box. It was a man, terrified, trapped, imprisoned, his voice trembling. By now it was if every detective in the city was there, looking at the strange structure up and down, inspecting it on every side. It didn't make sense. There were no doors, no windows, no fasteners, no seams. It was completely solid and much too heavy to move by hand. Solid, that is, except for a single small slit, just enough to see the bloodshot eyes of the prisoner trapped inside. "I don't know what happened. I woke up and here I was. I was so scared. Please help me," cried the man, as if pleading for his life. No stranger, no tense situations. Detective Hada confronted the man. She used her training to calm him and buy time for the other investigators. However, time did not bring clarity, only anxiety, as the night dragged on with no progress opening the box. And as the night grew longer, the seeping rain puddling on the ground, the man grew more desperate, more sad and lonely, more pathetic and in need of help. Detective Hada was no help at all. Powerless to save him, guilt began to weigh on her like it never had before. "Don't let me die in here," the man begged. "Don't let me die alone." "Stay calm," instructed Detective Hada. "You're not alone. I'm here. Hell, half the town is here. We're all in this together, and we won't let this be the end of your story." Looking through the narrowest of passageways, Detective Hada watched her own reflection in the tear-filled eyes of this strange, sad prisoner. Together, they both wept in silence at the hopelessness of the moment. "Promise?" asked the man. "Promise that I'm not alone?" "Yes," she promised. "I do." A simple pledge. She felt an instant connection like she had never felt before. Not to her family, not to her friends, not to any of the other hostages she had worked so hard to free before. And so, when the man's eyes closed and backed away, it didn't scare Detective Hada, for she knew he would return. And he did, pressing his lips to the narrow slit in this horrible puzzle box, repeating his questions again, steam flowing from his mouth as he asked. "Promise? Promise that I'm not alone?" "Yes," she promised. "I do." Pressing her palms against the cold outside of the box, without truly knowing why, Detective Hada leaned forward and planted her own lips up to the opening, letting her breath creep into the strange structure, allowing her warm lips to fall on this man's. Oh my. It was a gentle kiss, a moment of compassion. She could feel it in this brief contact, the beating of her heart, pulsing blood through every inch of her body, matched beat for beat in the soft touch. "Thank you," said the man, no trace of fear remaining in his voice, and he backed away into the darkness, disappearing in a single moment of eerie calmness. "Get back!" yelled an officer, suddenly thrusting himself between Detective Hada and the box, breaking a silence that would soon be filled by a cacophony of whirring gears and clicking latches, a symphony of mechanical activity happening all at once. Something had triggered, as if an unseen lever pulled, and the side of the giant box began to slide open. Detective Hada gripped her flashlight tightly and pushed forward into the foggy interior of the giant box. Her feet splashed in the puddled rainwater, her heart racing as she swept her light from side to side. "Hey, 6. And that's when her eyes landed on the man, or at least I landed on what should have been him. There, in the corner of the box, was a pile of pieces, like parts of a doll, almost pulled apart, or Perhaps that's just how Detective Hada had to think of him in that moment to survive. Evening. A collection of segments, limbs, pieces, disconnected from one another, cleanly severed and placed in a neat little pile. And atop that pile, a head, cold, pale, eyes open, lips an icy blue. Spirit stares at the fire, her own expression lifeless, her lips blue. Tears fall from her chin and soak into the sand at her feet. You're blown away by the story, and it's safe to say you're not alone. Everyone else is looking into the fire or up at the sky, anywhere but at Spirit. It was you who chose her. You who initiated this harrowing tale. So sad, so creepy, so sensual. She really went into great detail when it came to describing that kiss. Too much detail, and now no one is sure to act. Dwight and Claudette are staring daggers at you. You have to do something. Can we save? That's what I'm doing. I'm saving the game before I die. This game was supposed to be a lighthearted romp. Please, I said do something. Say nothing. Hug her. Cool story. Stand up and try to start one of those slow claps. I'm gonna go cool story. Cool story. Snort laugh. Thanks for the feedback. Spirit floats away as everyone looks wide-eyed at you. It was pretty cool. So nice of you to provide validation. Yeah, smooth move, doofus. On that note, everyone decides it's time to take a break and split up for a little bit so that they can all have a moment alone before bed. Everyone leaves and you're alone by the fire. The only thing you hear is the ocean slowly lapping against the shore. This is nice. A true moment of peace and tranquility that lasts for all of 7 seconds because Trickster shows up and he's blaring his latest song. Hey, baby, you look lonely. Mind if I join you? He doesn't wait for an answer. I know you've been hearing from these guppies all day, but I want you to hear something from a big fish like me. Something special those in charge of this island don't want you to hear. I am the ultimate catch on this island, the only lobster in an ocean of sardines. No one can give you what I can. You just have to find me. Oh my. Happy house. Oh, cool. Cheers. Come find me, baby. Trickster leaves. You're a bit confused about what to make of his cryptic clues, but you aren't going to get any time to yourself to think about them just yet. Spirit approaches you. You know, I was watching you while I told my story. I could tell it was having an effect on you. This fog that follows me around, I can feel you breathing heavily, taking me in. You and I are both absolutely flabbergasted at that piece of information. Legit, you learn something new every day. Even when you're a god, I mean, a narrator. You're doing it again right now. You need to calm down. You should come to the hot tub with me. Hold up. Wait a minute. Dipping in hot tubs with the spirit? You've come a long way in a single day. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow her. An offer like that. Oh, thanks, Ocean. Thanks, Billy Ocean. Just don't forget our little talk. Don't you start with me, Ocean. You and your storyteller friend slip into the water. Just the right temperature for an evening dip. Plus, if some jealous shark comes along and manages to jump from the ocean into the pool, you're also pretty sure your killer companion could handle it. Very true. I just want to be totally clear, even though that story bore some similarities to my life, it was not about me in any way, shape, or form. Not symbolically, not metaphorically, not any other ically. Oh, right on, K9 Orc. Oh, yeah? Which cartoon is it? I believe you completely. Sure, you were cut into pieces in your life, and so was the person in the story. A perfect, normal coincidence. It's true. It's the coincidence. Sure, you're on this island. Trapped, one might say, in a most puzzling place. Ocean is the killer, too. I think Ocean's like the entity of DVD, the spider monster. Also a completely regular coincidence. And sure, his lips were blue. Your lips are blue. Really? You'd call this blue? Bluba. The wild thornberries? Called Valorant. Oh, yeah. Is it a newer cartoon? Or maybe older, I'm guessing. But searching for answers, hoping to find revenge. Okay, so the similarities stop there, I guess. Coincidences. Sorry, the coincidences. Get this through your head, whoever you are. Uh-oh, blowing it. Samurai blood runs through my veins, or, well, maybe it has coagulated by now. No need to sweat the details. Regardless, I'm a descendant of noble warriors. Thousands of years of training with bladed weapons preceded my entrance into this world. 05? When Valerie came out. Do you know how many swords that is? A lot. You've got to figure that with that many sharp edges, a person is bound to get disconnected from a body part here and there. Remember those? I do. The truth is, and I wouldn't typically share this, so don't go blabbing about it, I dreamt that the story like watching a movie in my sleep, and I was just a little girl, years before my father sunk his blade into my skin. I've never been able to shake it. That's a very adult story for a child to dream. Preview on one of your DVDs. Do you believe me? Yes? No? Who cares? I feel like who cares might be the right response. Yes. I know we just met, but yes, I do believe you. The way you told that story, it clearly came from someplace deep. Fool! I had a feeling. Who taught you to trust a stranger? You're going to get hurt if you don't learn to take better care of yourself. Uh-oh. Now you've got me wondering, do I believe you if you believe her or not? And if I know anything, because trust me, I do know everything, don't I already know the answer to my own questions about if I believe your answer to Spirit's question? Whoa. Ocean air got me tripping. Sorry, I didn't mean to distract us both. What's more is that a certain corpsey cutie floating in a cloud of magical mist might still be waiting for you to say the right thing and free her from her puzzle box. You believe that she is the... Damn it, got me going again. Unfortunately, before you can follow this conundrum to what will surely be a mind-numbing cycle of new questions, you find a certain someone standing before you with a fresh towel ready to dry you off. Sorry, kids, but it's time for bed. Cock blocked again. I might be the youngest one here, but I'm no kid. I do, however, love being wrapped up in a fresh, clean towel. My mother used to help me wash my hair when I was young. She'd comb out all the tangles and tie a ribbon around it before sending me on my way. I miss her. You watch as Spirit stares off into the distance, her hand gripping into a tight fist. She doesn't notice you're watching her at first. VHS 8-track, cassette CDs, and MP3 and MP4 player. You name it, you got it. When she catches you looking, she turns away, roughly grabs a towel from Dwight and then pushes him and Claudette aside as she floats off. I wish they would have used the phasing sound there. You head over to the campfire. The heat is comforting on this chilly night. Looking into the crackling embers, you think about Spirit's story about the prisoner in the puzzle box. If you manage to escape this place, will you leave with your life, or has it already been taken from you? It's just a matter of time until you make a gruesome discovery? Before you can dwell too much on your fate, Claudette and Dwight arrive. Their now familiar creepy smile stretching from ear to ear. It's a bit menacing to see a smile like that lit by firelight. We must apologize for the accommodations. We were prepared for another guest. We weren't going to make you comfortable, or die trying. They hand over a pillow and blanket and welcome you to snuggle up by the fire. Perhaps some music will put you at ease. Just try to keep the volume to a minimum. Our other guests aren't the types you'll want to rob out of their beauty sleep. Oh, mini games. Hold up. Skill check time. Ready. Away we go. As you relax and look into the fire, the radio begins to fuzz and flicker. You examine it and decide that you might adjust the dial and fix it. See what's on this station. Legion music, right? Listen more. What else do we got? 100. Let's see what's on this station. What What is this one? I don't know this one. Do we? Is it original? Coming soon? This is generic, I believe, right? App music. That was 102. The Buzz, 88. So it gives me Oni or Spirit vibes. Yamaoka Estate. 90. Not sure what this one is off the start. Checking them all. That's Clown, obviously. 94. This is original.
All right, let's talk about our community. For us, it means two major things.
Matthew Cote, pretty good job so far.
It's you and everybody else either playing the game or talking about the game or creating content relating to the
Where's
game.
the sound?
being
Where is it?
Inspired by the game to write music
have it somewhere, don't
or to make outfits. It's everybody that
Game Myers.
what makes
Okay.
Dead by Daylight this amazingly rich and
I think we did a
passionate
pretty good
environment.
job
It
so far.
means Groups of people who interact on every
Turn it off.
single
No matter how many things you listen to, you still can't sleep. You decide to ask one of the killers to spend a little more time with you until you are sleepier. Sounds like me. Who would you like to summon to your side as you lay by the fire? Spirit. Spirit, are you around? I was wondering if I could get a little company. Spirit tells you her secret for falling asleep when she's feeling restless. I like to listen to flute music, dab on some essential oils, and steam my pores. Really? What? Even the dead like to relax. I don't really have any of those things around. Spirit reaches out and presents you with a unique item. It's a small comb carved from bamboo. I guess you could hold on to this. It was a gift from my mother. I will want it back, though. And if you lose it, well, you'll get revenge on me? It's the last thing I do. Maybe the last presentation. You finally start to feel sleepy, except maybe this isn't really a sleepy feeling. Maybe you're paralyzed. You try to keep your eyes open, but you can't. Darkness overtakes you. The dark voice from earlier speaks to you again. It shouldn't still be as spooky. By now, you've had a whole day of strange voices in your head. This one is still undeniably odd. Really worked up a sweat watching those killers toss the ball around, huh? Would it have hurt so much to go splash around in some cool ocean waves afterwards? I'm just saying, I'm out here, you know. You awake suddenly to see someone looming over you. Wraith stares at you, awkwardly. He says nothing, just stares. You look around to see if there's something going on behind you or on the either side, but nope, just staring. Oh, you're awake. I say with the spirit right before bedtime. Are you making some sort of alliance? Are you with... Wraith scans the horizon. Them? I'm just making sure you are who you say you are. I've been burned before. Literally. And something seems often on this island since you've arrived. Even more off than usual. Maybe we could talk more about that tomorrow. It just, since you got here, I think we could have a really nice day tomorrow together. You have no idea how long I've been here with these monsters. To be honest, I have no idea either. They're just awful, boring, and loud, and stupid. You're different. There's finally someone here on my level. You're thoughtful, interesting, gentle. I think we could, you know, have fun. I can show you some cool stuff if you want. If you don't, that's totally cool. I get it. No pressure. In fact, probably just forget I was here. Good night. Finally alone, for real this time. Maybe. You drift off to sleep again. Hopefully, you're not poisoned. Wait a second. Where are we? This isn't... Oh, geez, it is. It's one of those reality show confessional rooms where all of the contestants talk directly to camera. Saving. Can we save? I think today went really well. These were some of my first interactions with someone who isn't a parent that didn't end in bloodshed or untimely perishing in my Russian cottage. So I'm counting today as a win no matter what happens. What do I think of the newcomer? Do I have to say, oh, I do. Okay, attractive, mysterious. I really don't know many other words since I was raised by my mom in the woods until she was skewered by an elk and I had to wash her entrails off of my seraphim. That being said, the other three should make sure to be on their guard. I don't know who this newcomer will want to spend time with tomorrow, but I, for one, will not let my guard down easily. Who knows about the others? Him birding with the outfits? You're right, it is. Yep. Wraith, I think, knows more than he's letting on about this place, but he's a hard nut to crack. Vibes? You're getting vibes? Meanwhile, Spirit is just screaming all the time. Major buzzkill and... Trapper. Oof. Where do I even begin with Trapper? He's buff, sure, but daddy issues much? Sheesh. Look, I don't need anyone. I've been perfectly fine on my own since my mother died. I ate a fine diet of raw, deer, bear, and human, and I'm fit as a fiddle. That being said, something about this newcomer makes me think that I might be missing out on some huge part of this thing called life. If I'm being honest, I just want to kill every person I meet within a minute of meeting them. Even the few people I can tolerate, I want to see suffer for a long time before I kill them. But this person, for some reason, I would like them to continue living. For now, one false step and... well, you know, everyone calls me the Trapper for a reason. You better call me Trapper. Hey, Lady Nightmare. I swear, if I watch this later and you list me as Evan, I'm going to kill the Cryon guy. The Chiron guy. I'm not really sure how to feel about Gozen. On one hand, everyone I've ever cared about has met an awful fate, so it's probably good for Gozen to just keep ignoring me. On the other hand, there's something about them that maybe could work out for my plan, or for me. I know that everyone thinks of me as a beautiful, cold-blooded monster. I can't help it. Circulation just isn't my thing. I didn't choose to be cold. This cute hat and robe, those are a choice, sure. If someone were to come around and capture my heart, at least that beats me being stabbed in it. Besides, if I'm going to get bloody revenge on a society that has used me and throw me away, maybe it won't hurt to have a little help. You open your eyes, the sun is shining. There's not a cloud in the sky, and you feel great, totally well rested. You're not even suspicious of the fact that you fell asleep by the campfire but woke up several yards down the beach. Wait, are you on vacation? Was yesterday nothing more than a strange dream? No, not a dream. You really are here for another day. Why? I have no idea. You're obviously a weirdo. You got one thing right about me. Speaking of weirdos, I see the rest of the gang is heading out on the beach. This is definitely not a dream. I wouldn't rule out a nightmare just yet, though. At least they make for a sexy bunch, no? And talk about sexy. Here comes Trickster carrying coffee. Morning, beautiful. I thought you might like a nice cup of joe to start off this incredible day off right. Sus. Trickster seems suspiciously cheerful. I'm sure there's nothing nefarious behind his joyful demeanor, though. Everyone knows musicians are morning people. I also want to wish you luck. Today is an important one. My only regret is that I won't be a bigger part of it. Budgeting issues. Rip. Didn't think he was in this. Also, I'm just swamped with engagements, especially on the other island. Trickster winks at you. If you want to ask him how to reach the other island, now is the time. Never mind, he left. But at least he brought you a nice cup of... No, wait, don't drink that. What the hell was that? They don't call him Trickster because he's good on a skateboard. And he definitely didn't get that name because he brings people drinks so they can have a good morning. That was almost certainly not coffee. And I don't want anyone casually poisoning, imprisoning, and torturing you yet. This is supposed to be a tropical paradise, the type of place you give a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 2 thumbs up review. 2, not an eternal prison of pain. And please make sure to leave a review. It really helps with algorithms. Just trust me, I'm looking out for you. So, can we please move on? A huge rack. Hold on. Hey, wait a second. How did a possibly omniscient, possibly unreliable narrator physically just knock that coffee out of your hand? This is not Parliament, and the floor does not recognize the ocean to speak out of turn at this moment. Hey, there's Iotonic. I need no recognition, for I am the ocean. I dominate the land, submerge those who defy me, and become their watery grave. Actually, speaking of graves, I would like to say something of grave importance. Fine, go ahead. Even if this place is an eternal prison of pain, and I'm not saying it is, even a place of extreme horror can still receive a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, thumbs up review. If it was crafted with love and or, that's the type of thing you're into. It's true. Facts. You know, the ocean is right. A lot of hard work goes into a place like this. You should really judge it on the artist's intent, and whenever possible, start from the mindset of giving them the benefit of doubt. Constructing these elaborate simulations, vacations, is not easy to do. Sometimes there are some small bugs or inconsistencies, but that's just the nature of the process. Perfection is overrated. The universe is filled with mysteries. Oh, speaking of imperfections, dropping frames. Hold up. Coming back. We have to celebrate those who venture to bare their souls as part of a creative process with the ultimate intent of making things for our enjoyment, not be overly critical of them. Are you two trying to sell me on this place actually being good? You don't have to say it like that, especially after I saved you from that poorly made up cup of coffee. Sorry, we should have been here 5 minutes ago. They always do this on the second morning. Sad, really. If they do make some great points. Oh, sure, they make great points. I agree. Can we please move on? For the love of God. Where's the button? Is it me?
For the love of God!
Yes, of course. Apologies, Gozen. The last few minutes aside, have you been enjoying your time here on the island? Yes, I've been having a lovely time. Yes, it's been really entertaining. Yes, everything's yes. I'm not suspicious. There's no option. Yes, I'm not suspicious. There's no option. Yes, I'm not at all suspicious that there's no option here. What an encouraging response, says Claudette. So what game is this? This is actually Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating simulator released yesterday. It's a visual novel game. And we're so glad you're not suspicious. Hey, Claudette, maybe Gozen isn't suspicious because they figured out what they're actually doing here. Yep, that's actually the truth. It's the true story. The true title. Zero chance. They're still clicking. You're right now to see how you'll respond. It's true. Hey, look at that. Yeah, they don't know anything. It doesn't matter though, Gozen. We're so happy to hear you're having fun. I didn't say I was having fun. We're all having fun, Gozen. Can you hear us? We're all having fun. We need to ask you one more question, though. We all had to sign away our rights to say anything negative about this place. You please sign this how do you say this one? Disparagement agreement. I butchered it. Nailed it. Yes or no? Let's say no. No, I will not say anything negative about the island. You have my word that I, Gozen, agree with the terms of this verbal contract. Look at these dweebs. Perfect. Okay. I didn't want to sign unless I could read it. A lesson in life. Don't sign anything you don't read. Delightful. Excellent. Yes, yes. Hey, Gozen. It's still totally cool if you have some constructive feedback. The place to leave that is in a positive review, because we all know that nobody reads negative reviews of games or resorts like this. Yeah, me too, Bala. I was actually surprised. Can you imagine Meg or Kate? Anyway, I see Dwight and Colette having gone to a trance. With the grumbling I hear from your belly, that can mean only one thing. Breakfast. Perfect timing. Everyone rolls into the dining area to lard up those sexy little bellies with pancakes and bacon, and so much for maintaining those beach pods. We're all half naked in a tropical paradise. You'll get some strawberries here, a yogurt. Magical powers will only get you so far. Even killers watch their sodium intake. You take your plate and sit down, thinking about yesterday and the whirlwind of feelings you experienced. Danger, dread, disorientation. It was like going through puberty again, except all in one day on a beautiful and mysterious island. It looks like you're not the only one doing some introspection, though. Rapper stands up to talk about how this day went, in case anyone was wondering. Everyone's gonna get the big booba treatment because of the anime style. I do not mind that one bit. This is the safer work version of Honey Pop. What DVD characters? Because that's what it seems like with the mini game aspect. Is it? You would know better than I would, Lady Nightmare. At least in terms of maybe comparisons. Hey, Bree, thank you for the 10 bits. Just finished one path on it. Doing another. Oh, nice. I'm doing great. Thank you. And then I picked up the game also. Glad to hear you're enjoying it. I guess enjoyed it enough to go through again. Personally, I wasn't. I'll be honest, I didn't expect you to survive yesterday, so congrats, I guess. Whether you survive today is 50-50 at best. Good luck. Well, that was bizarre. Back to your breakfast. Nope. Now Huntress steps up to talk about her feelings. At this point, anything could happen. I'm open to all possibilities that this strange island has in store. How open-minded. Ah, well, that surely must be it. No one else would weirdly stand up during breakfast to... And just like that, here comes Spirit. You need secrets and you need all of them. Banned on Twitch because it's bragly porn. Oh my. Did everyone sleep well? I did. Or should I say I did not? I haven't slept in 20 years on account of the whole burning quest for familial revenge thing. And last night was no different. So in that case, it was exactly how it should be. Got a lot of reading done, though. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go back quietly, resenting being trapped here with you all, while looking cute doing so. Guessing Wraith has had enough time to work up the courage to speak it in front of a group. Ah, perfect. There he is. Take us home, Wraith. Ding bong ding dong. I'm glad the introduction of Gozen to our island paradise, and yeah, that was in quotations, didn't distract me from my normal routine, ignoring all of you and vice versa. This place is an eternal prison of suspicion and suffering, and no one cares. I'm still the only one asking questions. I'm asking a question too. When will Raze shut up? And now they're all looking at you expectantly. Wait! Are you supposed to stand up and explain how yesterday made you feel? I think I need to process everything by myself. I'll see you all soon. Damn, what a power play. Keep on wanting more. You're getting good at this game. Sexy, true-to-life experience. You've played all 3 games and beaten them all at least 10 times each. Shame you didn't get to eat any breakfast, but so be it. That's like me as well, skipping breakfast. After breakfast, you head to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday was, in short, a lot. Before you get there, though, something catches your attention. You hear that? Who are you addressing? Me? Well, yeah, I guess. That is okay, right? You know, I might be pursuing a relationship with one of these 4 fine killers, but it feels like the person I'm getting to know the most is you, narrator. It's only okay in so much as it serves to illustrate that you've lost your mind, seeing how I'm not real and all. Yeah, I heard it this time. I think it's coming from behind the pool shed. No, stick it in there. A little more. Oh yeah, that's it, yes! How does that feel? Intense. Nice. Yeah, that feels right, says Dwight. This is uncomfortable. Now I want you to take that and put it right. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Just like that? Exactly like that. Hey, Koala Emma, hello there. I swear I had no idea these two even do, whatever it is they're doing. I'm afraid to look. Please say something so they know you're close by and can hear everything. Oh, wow. Look at this super cool bottle of Trickster brand suntan lotion someone left on a chair. Anyone know where I can buy some? Damn it. Come on, a little privacy, please. Dwight is panting and Clyda has a crazed look in her eyes. Sorry, I didn't know how else to let you know I was here and that I could hear you. Well, you know. What did you just walk in on? Know what? What do you think we were doing? You were doing... I don't know exactly what you were doing, but it sounded like... fun? You think two people trying to find new ways to kill each other in a desperate search to make their own death permanent is fun? Oops. We get 5 minutes to ourselves every day, and we spend it hoping if we stab each other in just the right spot, we won't get resurrected. That's like Kenny in South Park. I come to believe that the key to finding the exact place we need to bleed out from, and I believe that place is in our appendix. Why else would it be there? Makes sense to me. Do you actually think we were me and him? Dwight? You don't have to laugh that hard. They get it. My life is a nightmare, and yet somehow it's never been worse than right now. Let's go, lover boy. I noted all our entry wounds, and our 5 minutes is up anyway. Good luck, Gozen. You're going to need it. And hey, if you figure out how to escape this island, please make sure your ghost tells us how. That was both a tragedy and a comedy. A cragmedy. Yeah, that's about right. Me. Shut up. I like it. Anyway, where were we? Oh, yeah. You're heading to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday was, in short, a lot. So far, today has been exhausting, too. You're dedicated to achieving a true, centered sense of calm. No drama, no bullshit. Just soaking up sun in a heated pool. Think you need a dating sim, too? Or dating simulator? Today, you're on a date with you. That sounds like every day of my life. Oh, I like that. I want to be on a date with me. I should be doing like the echo thing. I feel like the ocean. Where's this ocean? Is this ocean?
This ocean. Oh, I like that. I want to be on a date with me. Who would make the first move?
And aside from that disturbing thought, all is going to plan until a shadow blocks your precious sun. Spiky tip, like a palm tree is bending over to screw with you. That's it, screw you at first. I'm like, hold. But it's no tree at all. It's... Hey, babe. Breakfast was weird, huh? Everyone just getting up and announcing how they're feeling. What's that about? Some forced kind of check-in with the group? I don't like it. Fishy. Kinda lazy. Whatever, though. Breakfast is dumb. No one should eat before noon. Or after 4 p.m. Yeah, I do intermittent fasting. You see my abs, by the way? Maybe you can see them later in my private stage on the other island. You know, IP Island, where all the Hollywood celebs hang out. If you play your cards right. IP, intellectual property. I could give you a private show. Oh my. Catch you around. His abs are pretty amazing. You gotta give him that. And that blow-up bat, threatening but adorable. Makes for an interesting silhouette. Genius design. Kaka. He's a psychopath, just like the rest of them. You don't gotta give him anything. And we're not best friends. Just because we had a little talk about doing a little talking, it's not an open invitation to go smashing the fourth wall every 5 seconds. Cue the anime nosebleed. Okay, now that the guy is gone and we've got some ground rules established that we're definitely going to abide by, it's time to lay back, take some deep, slow breaths, and... Nope, another shadow. These people will not leave you alone. See who it is this time. Oh, it's Spirit. That checks out. You two have gotten pretty cozy. We should get out of here. I know a place that brings a bit of welcome darkness to this tropical nightmare. Best of all, I'm the only one that seems to know about it, so we won't be bothered there. I don't even know why I'm telling you, really. It's my private spot, but I guess I've got a feeling that you'll appreciate it the way that I do. And like those other killers, they don't get me. But I'll get them. Oh, I'll get them all. And I'll get my father too, and I'll punish him for what he did to my mother and me. Is he cute? Too muscly for your liking? Gotta have a dad bod. Spirit radiates a menacing aura, waving her sword around in the air as she threatens, well, the entire universe. It's scary and more than a little hot to get turned on by menacing. Hold up. And hot already. Look, all this time on Murderous Island has got us both a little confused about things. I'm choosing to lean into it. I suggest you do the same. You've seen her get mad, which is probably enough to scare you into compliance. But you've also seen that there's a more sensitive side inside her, side hiding within her. Which one do you think will win out? You consider her offer, but before you can decide if you want to go off with Spirit, the Huntress interjects. I guess you could go off with Spirit today. She seems pretty cool, actually. I think if we're here on this island, vying against each other for your attention, we might actually be friends. We might have something, though. You and I couldn't let you go off to her goth lighthouse without speaking up first. Yeah, I know her secret spot. I see everything through the holes in this adorable mask. There's the Spirit. So my offer stands. We can still hang out today. Plenty of room at my cabin. Wink, wink. Oh my. Can we go on a double date? I'm out of here. It's pretty cute that Huntress thinks she has to say wink, wink out loud. The mask barely even hides her face. Tough choice. You weigh your options quickly because you can only go on one date today. And you also don't want to be hacked to pieces for saying the wrong thing. It's always good to remember that these are all cold-blooded killers, but you know what they say. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. And then die a horrible, retching, writhing death after drinking it because the lemons were poisoned all along. Like Cave Johnson in Portal 2. Sorry, this island has got me a little tilted. So, who will it be? I like them both. I'm gonna go for Spirit, though. I gotta go with Spirit. You've made the correct decision, but know this. Just because you picked me doesn't mean I'm going to slobber all over you like a dog, understand? Well, of course, This got a lot to prove to me. I want to believe that our connection is real, but I've been hurt before, literally, with a katana. A katana that I now wield in spectral form. You feel me? As you will feel me if you try any of that macho trapper crap. Yeah, I feel you. Before you ask Claudette and Dwight to clarify, I'll just let you know that yes, it is too late to change your answer now. The lighthouse? Oh, there it is. You and Spirit arrive at the coast, overlooking the black lighthouse. It's old and decrepit, but still impressive. There's something magnetic about it. You can see why Spirit would be drawn to such a place. Let's do a little save here. Look Spirit up and down and notice that she's wearing all black, just like the lighthouse. I'm noticing a bit of a theme. Is black your favorite color? Black isn't really a color at all. It's the absence of color. It's a void. Like a black hole. A place that swallows light. A dying star. My ex-wife. Damn, now that's dark. You're confident that Spirit will vibe with this, but Spirit doesn't really care for science fiction. Not the type with spaceships and lasers, anyhow. She's much more into the type of strange adventures that kick off right here on Earth. Earth. Is that where we are? You wonder. The lapping waves on the shore of the coast set a romantic tone. The fog that surrounds Spirit everywhere she goes blends perfectly with the mist rolling up over the rocky shoreline. She's at one with this place, and so are you. The peace doesn't last too long, however, as the lighthouse lets out an eerie howl like a monster dying. A spiraling black light stretches out across the sky. Spirit has to yell at you just to be heard. Oh yeah, it does that. Yep, they are all so far, well, except for the ocean, all DVD characters. 5 killers actually, and 2 survivors. The light and sound recede, and the two of you sit in silence. Spirit lays a towel down and then pats on it gently. Clearly, she wants your company, so you oblige. Focus on Fire Emblem and Pokemon for a bit. Yeah, I know it's a lot of games for me to play too. I saw that Big Sea of Thieves, all this other stuff. Multiverses, you name it. When you do, she takes out some sunscreen and hands it to you. Hold it. You're not exactly sure what to do. Is this an invitation to get in a little hands-on action? What else could it be? I'm sure it's not. I'm gonna lose my hands here. Metroid Dread. Thanks. Now we're talking. No thanks. Can I save? Nope. No thanks. No thanks. I'm good. I might have lost my faith in humanity a long time ago, but vowed never to care about what another person thinks of me. But nobody wants to get wrinkles, even me. Suit yourself. Uh-oh, I failed. You watch as Spirit applies sunscreen to herself in the most unique way by floating her own hand around her back to spread it on. I said no because I thought you said earlier not to trust things. I failed already. Comment on her floating hand's ability. Say nothing. Ask about the shards of glass sticking out from her. Ask about the shards. So, if you don't mind, what's the deal with all of those shards of glass sticking out from all over your body? You really want to know? You're not creeped out by them. You're not creeped out, just nervous because you know the answer might be very personal, but she's a person you want to get to know. I was just thinking about what you must have gone through to end up like that. It had to have been horrible. It was worse than death. At least death ends eventually. But I won't want to forget it. It literally made me who I am right now. The truth is, I could pull out all these bits of glass that are stuck in my flesh out right now if I wanted to, but I don't want to. Each shard is a reminder of what my father did to me and what the world did to him. That's why I refuse to play the universe's game. I hate the idea that I'll be forced to succumb to pressure the way he did in the end. The way that fear and anger filled him up and then came bursting out. The way his misery flooded our home and he drowned us all. Yeesh. It's not hard to think about revenge. The dragon inside me. It's doing to me what the world did to him. I have to fight it. Even though it gives me strength, I must maintain control. You're stronger than he ever was. I'm sure of it. I appreciate that, Gozen. Plus points. I suppose a little help isn't a bad thing. In life, in love, this world is a lot to endure alone. Maybe I could use a little assistance reaching my delicate toes for a bit of lotion. You know, having your body contorted into these vengeful poses, it really does do a number on my joints. It rubs the lotion on its skin. Ready? Repeat the instruction. Ready? Uh-oh. Spirit's dismembered foot. Applying my lotion. Oh my. Well, not bad. That was more in the hole, more in the spot. Well, that one's definitely not. Well, I suppose that the lotion made it to where it was supposed to be going eventually. And you weren't too incredibly wasteful. I'm not a woman who believes in rushing through things just to get them done. If there is a next time, I'm sure you'll do even better. Look up at the lighthouse. Its ominous dark form hovering above this moment between Spirit and yourself. Evil, as it clearly is in this case, it does you a solid by blurting out another ominous moan and burst of black light that rescues you from this awkward silence. From seemingly out of nowhere, an ancient-looking ship appears in the water. It glows, itself a thing of death, a spirit of a ship that once sailed these seas centuries ago. A tattered black flag whips in the ocean air above the ship as it careens towards the shore. Before crashing on the rocks, it must have been drawn in by the lighthouse. You hear the distant shouting of sailors as the old wooden ship, ghost ship, breaks up and sinks into the water. Oh, right, it does that. Sometimes, too. Should we, do something? Nah, the sharks will take care of it. In a minute, the ocean is quiet again except for the waves. Note to self, Hungry sharks. These time-traveling pirates, whoever they were, you're half sure you saw one of those skull and crossbone flags. Not the only ones drawn here today. Uh-oh. Here they come. It's Wraith! He has emerged from the palm trees behind you. I didn't come here to break up your date or something. I came here for that. Wraith points to the lighthouse. It is indifferent to his attention. I've been seeing it in my dreams, shining its strange light on me. I can't avoid it. Through woods and walls, nothing seems to stop me from reaching out to me. Stop it from reaching out to me. Duh, it's a haunted lighthouse. It does that to everyone at some point. You're no more special than me. Those dead pirates or that mermaid I saw washed up on shore one time. Ew. Mermaids, by the way, aren't even close to as beautiful in person as they are in movies. More sea witch than underwater princess, if you get my drift. It's all part of a vast conspiracy, an epic river of lies that runs beneath the island or something. I'm pretty sure I figured it out. The basics, anyhow. If you come with me, I can... You can get cut! Spirit waves her katana, nearly trimming a couple of buttons off of Wraith's tropical top. He takes the hint and backs away a few steps slowly. For the quiet guy, he never really shuts up. Okay, be that way. You'll see. Alone at last, tension broken. Deathly moans quiet, and the Wraith banished back to wherever he hangs out. You scooch closer to Spirit, breathing in the damp, foggy air that seems to emanate from her. It's not quite clear how the whole fog thing works, but you don't even care. You're feeling this moment. Spirit seems to be feeling it too. She starts to adjust her robe. You get a peek of that bathing suit underneath. For someone who seems intent on proving how little she cares about what everyone else thinks, she put a lot of work into getting into that suit. Got straps for days. Hold up. However, you're so focused on what's happening with Spirit, you don't see the next interruption coming. And Claudette and Dwight burst in on you and interrupt whatever you were doing. It doesn't seem like they were worried that they'd bump into much. We're here to make a very dramatic announcement. Well, technically, we're here to invite you to join us back at the beach, where we'll be making a very dramatic announcement. It's hard to being the producers and the hosts. Aren't survivors supposed to work in groups of 4? When you arrive at the beach, you realize you were set up. Despite promising an announcement, Dwight and Claudette simply stand quietly. This isn't at all what was promised. Wait a minute. There's no announcement here. But there is a me. You got mud in your ears, friend? I told you to get lost. Don't you see? Lost is what I am, and so are you. But I know the way out. I've got a map back in my secret lair. Literally and figuratively. Yeah, I know the difference. That's why you should ditch Spirit and come spend the rest of the night with me instead. You've got a secret lair? Damn it. Who said anything about a secret lair? I said I've got sap in my secret hair. There's a flap on my secret chair. Don't change the subject. Don't ask me what he's talking about. You're trying to make a mess of the first nice day I've had in I don't know how long, because it's not even clear what year it is, but in a while. I'm not about to be ditched for the likes of you. It's not me messing things up, like I keep trying to tell you. This dang island. Come to accept a difficult truth. What's happening here? Well, I'm convinced that it's our fate. It's not anyone's decision. It's simply the way it will be. There's no use fighting it. What would you know even about fighting? All you know is hiding in your spooky little secret hair and crying like a baby while ringing your little bell. So don't tell me what I can and can't fight back against. I was born a fighter. A dragon lives inside me. I can't not fight, even when all I might want to do is hide. Don't you see this giant hat? It's a metaphor. If I do have a fate, my fate is to win every fight that comes my way. Got it? Folks. Oh, you hide. I've seen you hide. You do your phase walking routine. What do you call that? It's basically cloaking. And we all know that cloaking is a type of hiding. Folks. You cloak. I don't cloak. I'm not a cloaker. I phase walk out in the open. You just can't see me. You have no idea what they're talking about, but this sure sounds like some video game community forum thread. Minutia, if there ever was such a thing. Not that you know about that either. It sure doesn't seem like Dwight and Claudette are going to stop this, so it's on you. Ahem. I think I was brought here to make this choice, so I'm going to do that now. And I choose... When it comes down to it, neither of these two seems easy to love. I mean, damn. Spirit literally has broken glass shards sticking out of her. But she has a certain charm to her gloom. Spirit and I were actually having a nice time. Besides, if it's my fate to end up on this island, well, to hell with fate, really. Don't take this the wrong way, Wraith. But the amount of awkwardness you pack into a single day, no wonder you're so skinny. All that second guessing yourself must burn a lot of calories. Oh, snap. No offense taken. Yeah, okay, it's true. I can be a little awkward, I guess, sometimes. Right, so I'm going to stick with Spirit. Spirit breathes a sigh of relief. I've got enough revenging to do without having to kill you and Wraith too. Moving on. Spirit walks you around a corner to show you something that she discovered in this place and knew was meant to be connected with her journey. A cherry tree. It's just a small sapling, but it has begun to sprout flowers. It doesn't make sense to see a cherry tree here, in this place. It also doesn't make sense to see a ghost in a black bathing suit, so you just accept it. As Spirit steps up to the tree, a cold breeze pulls some petals off. They come cascading through the air around both of you. Do you know the meaning of the cherry blossom? They're beautiful, but also quite symbolic. Of course, like all good symbols, their meaning is pretty complicated. What do they mean to you? For many people, being among cherry blossoms is like being at a celebration of life. People travel great distances just to be near their vibrant beauty. However, as beautiful as they might be, they aren't magical. They're simply flowers. They quickly die and fade away, and for this reason, they are also a symbol of the fleeting nature of life, of our fragile mortality. In a way, it's the specter of looming death that calls attention to this special moment to see and appreciate life. How does that duality make you feel, Gozen? Empowered, frustrated, unsure. Empowered. The knowledge that life and death are a cycle has always given me peace. Accepting the fleeting nature of life, like the beauty of a flower in bloom, allows me to appreciate the moment without being too hung up on what comes next. As you explain, Spirit's face begins to look sad to you. You're not sure why. It's not the happiest topic, life and death, but why should that matter? And then it dawns on you. Spirit has been trapped in this ghastly state of death with no hope to cycle back, no rebirth, or moment of blossoming, life long gone. The scary time of death and decay that comes after the good part, that's Spirit's eternity. I feel like an idiot. I wasn't talking about you. I wasn't even thinking about you. Oh, that's bad. Just answered from the heart. I can't let that bother me. Our priorities are not the same. I have my mission. Once the fallen cherry blossom represented the souls of samurai warriors. Those with noble characters. Those who did not fear death. Those who were killed in the greatest sacrifice to honor their emperor. Their lives were short, but their purpose gave them beauty. Those warriors saw death coming, but they never despaired. They stood and faced it. They held their swords and struck down their fear. But despite that samurai spirit that lives on in me, in my noble bloodline, my life has ended, but my death continues to stretch on. The cycle is frozen. This cherry tree, it's not real. Though its petals fall, they soon replenish, as if they were installed here by someone. Another little safety save. Oh, we can't. Oh, can we? Hold up. You watch as Spirit chooses her words very carefully. By something with no respect for the balance of life and death. We're sorry to interrupt. You know we don't believe you, right? Yep. This time, we've got a really good reason. It has nothing to do with us being manipulated by an unseen force, because that's definitely not happening. Nobody accused you of that, but okay. We're just here to tell you that it's time for dinner, silly. Get it while it's hot. I guess it's time to go, or whatever. Thanks for spending some time with me today. I enjoyed it. Me too. What a fun day you've been having. I can see it written all over your face. You're shining. Might be the sunburn. And that's not just the remaining anxious sweat from spending an afternoon courting a psycho killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? No, you are really feeling this whole romantic experience. Don't worry. I'll keep your dirty little secrets. But enough gentle ribbing. It's time to get back to business. All the appetizing singles have arrived for dinner, including Trickster. Wraith is here too. We're not going to do the gag where we all cram them all on the screen at the same time again. So just believe me, they're all here, and they're all just as sexy and demented as you remember them. With your love on the line, everyone is being very careful not to offend you by saying the wrong thing. Uh-oh. Did I get sunburned? I did. Congrats, by the way, on getting this far. I'm as surprised as you are that these four are falling for you. No, not because of your personality, but because you just met them yesterday. However, since Wraith seems like the biggest long shot to end up holding onto your heart, he throws caution to the wind and speaks up. It's a pretty small consolation prize for being the least loved killer on Murderer's Island, but hey, letting them have this moment in the spotlight is the least we can do, and heaven knows they won't do any better than that. I'm sick of watching everyone else gorge themselves while I'm preoccupied with, trying to get to the bottom of this never-ending nightmare. So tonight, none of that. I'm not really hungry anyway. So I say we just do a simple salad. Or something? The green kind, not the mayo kind. Mayo is gross. I'm fine with just lettuce. It doesn't have to be fancy. Oh, Wraith is for Czar here. No dressing on that salad. Not iceberg, though. It has no nutritional value. The spinach, don't you? Letting Wraith choose was a mistake. That's on all of us. Dinner will be served shortly, but certain power brokers would like to know about your day. Would you like to share your day with the rest of the group? You've had an interesting day, that's for sure, but how will you describe it to the others? Say too much or too little, and it could affect your standing with the group. Okay, but don't just sit there saying nothing. Nothing is not an option. Be coy, gush about your date. Hey, well, be coy. It wasn't really a date, more like two people avoiding everyone else and choosing to be alone, but doing it in a relatively close proximity to each other. That's exactly right. Couldn't have not said anything of better value better myself. Spirit is clearly happy with the way you portrayed your date. No surprise, she doesn't like people getting into her business. Dwight and Claudette bring out dinner. Everyone eats in silence. No one trusts anyone now, and they are all very tired. Oh, wait. No. Sorry. That's a dreary supernatural horror thriller set in Antarctica. Not a charming parody dating sim set in an undisclosed tropical paradise. Bon appetit. Don't you mean bon? No. Almost everything we serve has a lot of bones in it, even the vegetables. Impossible to avoid on this island. Everyone eats without speaking. Tensions are rising, both of the sexual and deadly variety. Oh my. When everyone finishes, Dwight and Claudette come back to clean up the table. They linger around you as they pick up your plate, take your napkin, and dust crumbs off the table. What would you like to say to the servants? Thank them, ignore them. Oh no, they're talking about the movie The Thing. They're just making jokes or references to the movie The Thing there. Antarctica. Ignoring. Is there anything else we can do for you? Anything at all? Well, now you ask. Anything? A manners book, perhaps? It's fine. We're used to this kind of shabby treatment here on Jerk Island. Everyone, if you would please be so kind to follow us to the fire pit, we'd greatly appreciate it. We've been told something big is going to happen, something that will change everything. You can go willingly or you can go unwillingly. You have no choice. Tough cookies. Do you have a choice on how you'd said that, dweeb? Yes, and I immediately regret how I did. Good. Something needs to change around here. Fire is rebirth. You knew that was the Thing reference? You haven't even seen it? Fire illuminates the soul. Hope the fire's in too smoky. Smoke hurts my eyes. I have pretty sensitive eyes. I'm also horribly afraid of it. The fire, I mean, not my eyes. because of childhood trauma involving fire. And finally, everyone starts moving toward the fire pit, if only to get away from wraiths complaining. Relatable. You take a seat on a comfortable log, feeling the fire's heat against your skin, and wait for other killers to take their places, wondering who will want to tell a story this time. Will narrator tell a story? I bet they've got a stunningly creative mind. Hey, you think? Are they allowed to simply place thoughts in my mind like this? Doesn't seem fair. Everyone makes their way in, but something unexpected happens. Nothing. Nothing happens. Something almost always seems to be happening here, but so nothing is probably not a great sign. Oh, cool. And now everyone is looking at you. So, do something. Should I pick someone to tell a story? Or we could play charades. Ogle? Well, we were actually thinking, why don't you tell us a story? Uh-oh. Goes in story time. Saving. Wraith points his spine and skull staff thingamajig at you. You duck out of its way. Who knows what that thing can do? Probably shoots lasers. Try not to bore us. We're just very interested in you. Don't speak for me, Huntress. Now you can't tell if you're warm from the fire or if it's your nerves heating up. I know that the fire is right here, but maybe if we stop talking about it all the time, we can start to pretend it's not here and doesn't, threaten to burn us all alive. He's not supposed to hear me. Get out of here, Wraith. Gozen was about to make an important decision about telling a story or not. Fine, I'll tell a story, or I'm not the storytelling type. I'll do it. Sure, I'm game to tell a story. I hope it's a mystery. Okay. So what type of story do you want to tell? Romance, adventure, action. Romance. I'll tell a romantic story. An erotic story. About two lovers who take poison together and die foaming at the mouth? Or about two strong hunters who met when they both tried to bludgeon the same wily Wolverine? Not quite. It's about my parents. They met at a party in college. He was hosting. She'd been dragged there by some friends. They couldn't have been more different, and yet, as the night went on, they were drawn to each other. She made fun of his taste in music, and he took an interest in her major, women's studies. They were married within 2 months. Bit soon to know if you can trust someone, don't you think? It's so sweet. Exactly. I learned a lot about love from them. If you know, you know. Some people don't need years to get acquainted with their partner. Love could spark from a mere look across a campfire. Now you've got their attention. Each killer is furiously attempting to catch your eye from across the fire pit. Except for Trickster, who has wandered over to the bar and is loudly playing his own music on headphones to drown you out. Toxic Trickster. Okay, that was not a very good story. I don't mean to insult you, but it was actually quite bad. Sorry, but this narrator keeps it real. We can't just end there. So, who else would you like to hear a story from tonight? You look from killer to killer, trying to decide who might be the most entertaining. Of course, I'm going to keep going with the spirit. I suppose I could tell a story. It can be the same one. I don't really want to. But anything I say is sure to be better than whatever you get out of anyone else in the group. Like all good stories, I stole this one from someone in the past who is dead now and can't do anything about it. It's called The Bride, or technically, I suppose, The Fiancé. One winter, a young couple decided that the next spring they would be married. The two were madly in love and could not wait for the snow to melt, so they could join in matrimony and unite their souls for eternity. Per the latest bridal trends, they decided to have their wedding ceremony at the edge of the woods by a beautiful, shabby, chic farmhouse. Together, they spent months planning the details of the wedding. The two created invitations, figured out seating arrangements, and tasted 100 cakes before settling on the perfect one. They chose, I'm not sure I said this one at all, Lilikoi, by the way, so fancy. When it came time to figure out the decorations, however, the bride, or the fiancé, I guess, since she wasn't actually married yet, wanted to take the lead and set the style. After all, her boyfriend had been wearing cargo shorts and open-toe sandals for pretty much their entire relationship, so it was definitely not to be trusted. Having decided on such a lovely natural setting for the ceremony, the fiancé decided that she would create unique floral arrangements from the local wildflowers that surrounded the farmhouse. As soon as the sun rose on the first day of spring, she set off into the woods. Each day she spent hours mapping out where the best blooms could be found, and prepared to pick them herself the morning of the wedding, so that they'd be at the height of their freshness and beauty. Enamored with the incredible variety of flowers in the woods she surveyed, the bride, or the fiancé, since they had not yet been married, became obsessed with knowing just how many there were, so that she could choose the absolute best. When the fateful morning of her big day finally came, the fiancé told her husband-to-be that she had one final errand before the wedding. Excited for the ceremony to come, she dressed in her beautiful white gown and set off into the woods to gather flowers. Treading carefully, she followed her route, selecting only the best stems and collecting them in a basket. However, when she came upon a once familiar clearing, something was not as she expected. Somehow, it was more beautiful now than it had ever been before, and just on the edge of her view was a new bush filled with blossoms so vibrant and colorful, she became dizzy just looking at them. But the fiancé ignored her sudden spell and pressed ahead, scooping up flower after flower, and every time she did, she noticed just further ahead, and possibly even more beautiful blossoms. Carried by the sweet fragrance of spring air, the bride, or the fiancé, crept her farther and farther into the woods until she turned a corner, stepped over a mossy fallen tree trunk, and realized she had been here before. But this wasn't the clearing she remembered, or at least not how she remembered it. The flowers were suddenly overripe, decaying, falling from their stems into festering, moldy piles on the floor. Where bees had been, now only flies buzzed. Where the scene of flowers had once intoxicated her, the odor of mildew now made her sick. She turned and looked back, but the path was dark. Into a shadowy glen she walked and walked and walked. That day, as guests gathered at the farmhouse, the fiancé was nowhere to be seen. Her friends, family, and love began to look for her, but to no avail. They searched the pasture, the tree line, and into the forest. But there were no beautiful wildflowers or young lovers to be seen. Just old dead trees, trampled vines, and moss-covered rocks. The fiancé stayed a fiancé for eternity, always wandering, looking for fresher blossoms to clip, but never finding them. Distracted by a never-ending search for perfection, unable to see that you are loved for who you are? Out there all alone. I thought it was beautiful and sad. Just like someone we know. How was story time? A lot of people like to take pot shots at sequels, but I think every good story deserves a follow-up. And you think it's the end, the sequel is almost never as rewarding as the original. That's why I'm much more of a fan of the episodic style of storytelling. Knowing it's a series takes a lot of pressure off any individual installment and builds a greater sense of community between audience and creator. Tell me, Gozen, if you could delete any sequel from existence, what would it be? Don't answer that. We don't actually care. We're just here to make sure that we seamlessly move on to the next segment of the evening. God forbid my small talk get in the way of a romantic Twilight moment. Dwight, I'm gonna need you to shut your yap trap. You know that we need to get back to that thing we do whenever we're not on screen. Do you think this game long? I'm not sure. Longer than I expected. That's what she said. Okay. You have fun tonight, and try not to, wink wink, end up dead. Why did you say the words wink wink out loud? And what kind of double entendre are you getting at with the end up dead thing? Dwight is physically incapable of winking, not since the accident. And you do know that all these people are despicable criminals with double-digit kill counts, right? Well, except for Spirit. She really doesn't belong here. She's strictly a victim, not a perpetrator. No wonder she's pissed. Did I hear somebody trash-talking Spirit? Deal me in. What do you say we take this to the hot tub? Take this talk to the hot tub so I can soak this bod while I roast this ghost with some killer hot takes. Please, enough talk of burns. Things that are lit or getting blazed. It's enough that these activities have to be the set next to a literal fire. Must it be surrounded by figurative flames as well? What if we turned and ran as far away from this place as we could? Just you and me. And those spindly legs? You'd probably tire before you got too far. It's running away from someplace to someplace more secluded Gozen is after. They should probably obviously join me. Have you seen these legs? Pure power. Not that my walk speed really affects my giant stature, but that's because I choose to move slowly for stealthy reasons. It's my own choice and it's completely logical. Why is everyone so obsessed with comparing themselves to each other and creating drama? I'm so over all that. Don't you get it? Society wants to trick you into fighting with each other so that corporations can swoop in and sell you fake solutions to all your fabricated problems. I'll be sitting in the shade and drinking something locally sourced while thumbing through a public domain novella printed on recycled paper because I refuse to play their game anymore. It's like she's actively trying to be as unappealing as possible. Does it really turn anyone else on or just me? Despite Trapper's insatiable appetite, it seems his attention, along with the attention of everyone else, is still on you for the moment. If you could, I don't know, just pick one of us, maybe we could all move on with our lives. Or, you know, some special projects we might have going. You heard him. Who will it be? Who will you head off with for an evening activity? I'm just saying, you may not get a ton of chances to date around like this before your time on Murderous Island comes to a close. Saving. And no, I'm not satisfied with that name either. But with the streaming reality TV dating show boom happening, it's pretty much all that wasn't taken. Which killer will you pick? And yes, we're back to excluding Trickster because, that guy. Spirit. Oh, you picked me. Yay! Sorry, that was rude of me. I just fight phoniness, so I should be honest with you. You make for interesting company, and I love the idea of winning over these other killers at all costs, even when I hate the game and the prize. But I had a long day. Floating, subverting expectations, grinding my teeth as I imagine sweet, sweet revenge. It takes a lot out of me. So don't stop bringing your A game, all right? It might seem like I hate everything, and getting to really know who I am is an impossible task, not worth trying, but too bad. You wouldn't know unless you search deep inside yourself and bring everyone you've got. Or just say the exact right thing at the right time and melt my cold heart in an instant. I don't know. The rules here any better than you do. See you at the bar, I guess. Bar o'clock. You arrive at the bar to find Dwight and Claudette both holding cocktail shakers, surrounded by a bevy of bottles for assorted boozes. Now we're talking. Who's ready to get wasted? Well, I don't drink, so not me. You really don't drink ever? Is that like because it will just fall out a hole in your stomach thing, or? Oh, I don't drink alcohol because alcohol is poison of the body and the mind, and I don't need to act like a fool to have a good time thing. And why do you choose a mixology lesson as your romantic nighttime activity? Everyone knows this kind of date is just an excuse to get loaded up on booze and make terrible decisions. It's true, not a single person has ever learned anything at one of these things. Dwight, now that's not true. You learned how to tie a cherry knot in a stem using only your tongue. Whoa, who ordered the soda with the splash of my private business? Because that's off menu. Well, I know what I'm drinking to forget tonight. Mixology is a real thing, and it doesn't require alcohol to be interesting. I'll have you all know what I worked at a restaurant before I was violently executed. I'll have you all know that I worked at a restaurant before I was violently executed. By your father? On whom you will have your bloody vengeance. Right. Well, so be it. How about you, Gozen? Do you drink? Oh, boy. Booze it up or stay sober? Can't see it. Behave. I've got the impression that tonight will be a night I want to remember perfectly, so I'm going to pass on the alcoholic drinks. Here. Alcohol is a false escape. Besides, it's not like sober people can't have fun. You watch the spirit picks up a plump cherry and roughly stabs a little plastic sword through it. Cherry juice splatters everywhere, and it's just little fruity guts flop out on the spirit's lap. Hold it. Whoopsie. What are the upsides of wearing black? It hardly shows stains. No take backsies. So, lovebirds, what drink shall we make? Fancy beer, zombie, Bloody Mary, dark and stormy. All these contain booze, don't they? We don't have to put the booze in, I guess. Go for Bloody Mary. A Bloody Mary sounds like it might as well be the official drink of Murderous Island here. How about that? You turn around to see Claudette holding a mirror up to your face. Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. Candles flare and a warm wind begins to swirl around you. The sky goes black. A dark shadow appears behind you. Before you know what's happening, you're in a trance and you've joined in the chant. Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. You feel a hand on your shoulder. The darkness begins to wrap around you. Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. A loud crash interrupts the chant. When you blink your eyes, you see that Spirit has unsheathed her special katana and sliced the mirror in two. Shards stick out of the sand at your feet. Excuse me? What kind of asshole goes and summons a new ghost? They've got a perfectly good one with them on a date already. I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. Typical. They all say that, don't they? Uh-oh. Amen, sister. I'll just have a Sprite. You see the dark form of Bloody Mary herself fly off into the night, joining an approaching storm cloud that's making its way in from over the ocean, where you can pivot to a different drink suggestion. Lightning strikes a palm tree on the beach, and it immediately starts a fire. The activity ends abruptly as Claudette and Dwight usher the two of you away from the bar. The gang's all together again on the volleyball court. Seems like only yesterday you were sitting on the sidelines watching everyone get sweaty. That's because it was. Oi, feels like I've been here a lot longer than actually. It's so late that the sun is already beginning to rise. Better get this over with quickly so that you can get some beauty rest. I do not recommend the eternal damnation of perpetual narratordom. Good thing you've really used your time well since then. Really getting to know the gang, the brain, the mogul, the basket case, the psychotic bunny girl, you know, the 4 types of people. Anyway, everyone is gathered on the volleyball court for a new type of game. Pick your dream date and see who goes and chooses. Who's ready for a round robin? How round are we talking? No, not to eat, Huntress. Each killer gets 2 minutes to tell you all about the dream date they have planned for you tomorrow. In no particular order, which is a weird thing to mention, right? Almost like the order does matter. Wraith, why don't you go first? You look like you'd hate that. Stop talking. Sorry. Anyway, Wraith? Well, I don't know. I'd really prefer to just tell Gozen privately. I don't really know how that's going to work with these game mechanics. What if you just whispered it to Gozen? Wraith considers this for a long moment. Too long. That's fine. Without moving, Wraith lowers his voice to a barely audible whisper. Tomorrow, we will have to find my bell. And then I can finally tell you about what I've been working on. It's going to be really special. Kind of thing where we really bond. Maybe finally get off this island. And maybe then we can go on a real date. You done? Is that it? Wraith nods, proud. Great. Huntress, why don't you take it from here? Tomorrow morning, I'm planning on a nice atmospheric breakfast on the yacht. Don't worry. Trapper won't even know it's gone. What was that? Nothing. Go away. Then, boy oh boy. I've got such an adventure planned. It involves hunting for treasure. What kind of treasure are we looking for? Guess you have to pick me to find out. Let me tell you, it's primo stuff. Now, if you don't mind, I've got to start preparing, because it's clear already that you're going to pick me. Confident, mysterious. I like it. Hit us, Spirit. Figuratively. Damn it, Dwight. You've got to watch your words with these people. Tomorrow, you'll spit in the face of God, die, and be reborn anew. That's it? If you're not intrigued by that, I don't want you. Go draw crayon art with Trapper or dig up whatever mysteries with Wraith. I know what those guys do all day. Do you want to at least specify which god you'll be spitting in the face of? All of them. Oh my. Do it all. Okay, then. So hydrate tonight if you intend to hang with Spirit. Trapper, without further ado, would you like to make us all uncomfortable by pushing in the boundaries of what's acceptable not only in polite society, but within the narrative of this in-world event and also the larger meta-narrative of a Dead by Daylight dating experience? Sometimes you just gotta say it. Why, yes, thank you. I'd love to. So, Gozen, you're thinking of picking me? This is your final warning. Pick me and be punished and rewarded? Tomorrow will suck, probably. I'm not an easy guy to get along with. I know that. But I can tell you this much. I'm hiding a secret on this island that will make fans shit themselves with excitement. If you like Trapper, you're going to love it. If you're not a maggot. Also, everyone, even confident, sexy ladies in rabbit masks, better stay the hell away from my yacht. And time's up, everyone. Gosh, you'll need to dream about these options so you're ready to choose in the morning. Now go dream about all these swoon-worthy options so that you're ready to make a choice come dawn. Have a swell night. Did you two forget to mention something? Oh gosh, how could we forget? Before you run off to slumber peacefully, there's one more thing to do. No reality survival dating competition parody would be complete without singling out one of our contestants who is already teetering on the edge of a psychological break and giving them a little push. Hold up! This has been a survival dating competition parody this entire time. I'm just now finding out about it. Come on, the signs were there. You just didn't read them. Welcome to Murderous Island. It's now time to eliminate one of the killers. Oof. Like a butchering, but it hurts even worse. You can't catch a killer.
You can't catch a killer, but can you break their heart? Do you dare to even try?
You mean... That's right. Tomorrow, one of these sexy slicers will not be eligible to take you on a date. Who's it gonna be? But why? Because it's dramatic? Because it's surprising? Because it's a classic reversal of fate? And it will hurt someone's feelings. Someone dangerous. Who's it gonna be, champ? What's your thought process here? That process is to save the game. Trapper seems like he might throttle you in your sleep if you eliminate him. That being said, at least you'd see him coming. Spirit could be anywhere. She floats, and I hear she can disappear. Hard to track. Eek! If you get rid of Wraith, he might cry. And although I totally support normalizing men crying and being vulnerable, it just seems like he might be an ugly crier. Huntress, she might pretend to be okay with it, but then you'll just start seeing her behind every tree. What I'm trying to say is, I don't envy you, boss. So which sociopath are you eliminating? Trapper. Achievement unlocked. This was very simple. Trapper, you scared the living shit out of me. You are eliminated. That's fair. Honestly, though, I don't care. You suck. But not in a good way. You bore me. You personality-free maggot. It wouldn't even be fun to kill you. Which I was going to totally do tomorrow, the first chance I got. So really, this is a win-win for both of us. Still might kill you, though, out of principle for eliminating me. Sleep with both eyes open and have fun on your date tomorrow. Now that you've broken the heart of someone heartless, you should get some shut-eye. And don't worry too much about the broken heart you've left behind. Because, of course, they'll be receiving a consolation prize. You might not get to go home with Gozen when this is all over, but they'll never sleep alone again. That's right. We're sending our eliminated player home with their own mostly do trickster body pillow. The next best thing to the real trickster. It might not hug you back, but it definitely won't try and stab you. And how do we know? Because I've tried it. That's right. It's Dwight tested. Claudette approved. Hope you sleep well tonight, Gozen. You're my hero for what you've accomplished. How can we sleep tonight knowing what you've done? No, not because of the guilt. I mean, knowing that there's a legit homicidal maniac who hates you so close by.
How can you sleep tonight, knowing what you'll do tomorrow?
I don't know how you'll do it, but you better go before Dwight and Claudette come back and put you to sleep themselves. You know those two. Schedule. Whew, wow, what a crazy way to end the day. An elimination. I didn't even know it was going to be that kind of a game. Let's check in with everyone, especially with our loser. Everyone deserves a send-off. We'll see how things go tomorrow, I suppose. I'm not expecting anything. I tend to shut my mind off during hard times. I know I seem all excited and devil may care, but the truth is, I'm really a pessimist at heart. That tends to happen when Your mother is skewered by an elk when you were young? Yeah, how'd you know? Wild guess. It's also the only thing you talk about. If you'll excuse me, I think I saw a raccoon over in that tree, and I'm feeling peckish. I don't really know what's happening here. I honestly haven't been paying attention. Oh, Gozen, sorry, I forgot. I'm focusing on other things, more important things. One way or the other, I won't be here for much longer. I don't handle rejection well. At least I don't think I do. No one has ever been dumb enough to reject me before. Yeah, the more I think about it, the angrier I'm getting. And I'm a giant rage monster, so everyone in this room should be scared right now. Turn the camera off. Did I think there was a chance I might get eliminated? Yeah, I did. Did I care if I got eliminated? Not even a little. Does the volume of words I spend talking about how much I don't care about things signify a deeper yearning within me to be seen, heard, and validated by those around me? Nah. What? No, you're not a part of this. You don't get a confessional. That's cool, man. I'm not part of anything, you feel me? I'm not a cog in anyone's machine. I'm my own machine. This whole thing is pretty cute, though. Charmingly low budget, old school marketing vibes. NGL, kinda wish I wasn't so busy right now. I'd definitely be down with a reality show style dating competition with survival elements. But I got my new album upcoming tour, finalizing the new sneaker line, producing a limited series on my life, starting a new social media NFT crypto app, and doing these private gigs over on IP Island. My dudes, you gotta come check it out. IP Island, it's dope. It's where the real killers are hanging out. Fully licensed, no legal drama. Lawyers, take a hike. I'm gonna tell everyone that Trickster said that about them. Don't worry. I'm talking about your favorite established characters from all over pop culture that can't be seen on this island. Hell, can't probably even mention them, like Don't you say it. Look, we get it. You're very popular and in demand, but we have a game to get back to, and I don't want to get sued. Ghostface. Come on. Whatever. I don't even care. I'm the trickster. See you around, Gozen. You too, narrator. I have a name, you know. You do? Yes! Seriously, they do not pay me enough to deal with you people.
Is it my turn?
What? No, it's not your turn. You're sentient water. How are you even sitting in that chair?
What's a chair?
It's that thing you're getting all wet. Now it's gonna smell like mildew.
Okay, rude.
Fine. Let's just get this over with. It's your turn, Ocean. Do your check-in.
Check-in? I was just looking for the bathroom.
Bathroom? Are you serious? It's down the hall to the left.
It's okay. Never mind.
Never mind? What does that mean? No, not you too. This was meant to be the confessional time for literally every character in this game. It's okay. We don't have to confess anything. We've just been working our asses off for 2 days, traded and wanted to sit down somewhere. This chair is wet. Yeah, I think the ocean just peed on it. How is that You know what? I don't care. You two are looking pretty pleased with yourselves. I've got something to confess. Oh, great. What's it gonna be? You ate glue in the 2nd grade? You cheated on an algebra test once? Watching Trapper get eliminated was the first time in this unending spiral staircase of pain that is my life that I felt even a modicum of joy. Every minute that I'm alive is a nightmare. This place, this sun, the swept sugary drinks, these sweet sugary drinks. It sounds fun for a long weekend, but for an eternity? Dwight the real killer? The unrelenting rhythm of crashing waves and wailing seagulls. It's like a crescendoing song of evil that makes me question the very foundation of the universe. Why am I here? Why are any of us here? What kind of sentient being would do this to us? Please, erase me from this existence. Make it so I was never born. Pull the plug on this experiment and let my soul be free. And please get me out of this polo shirt. Okay, let's get you to bed, buddy. I don't want to go to bed. Going to bed means eventually I'll have to wake up. Yikes, huh? That was a weird way to end. Oh well, what are you gonna do? You let the camera roll long enough, someone is bound to say something crazy. Anyways, it seems like everyone had their shot to annoy me tonight. So hit the hay and let's get some rest. Tomorrow's going to be a doozy. Soft sunlight warms your skin, nudging you awake. Also, you're using a killer crab as a pillow, which it's sort of okay with. What's that? You don't know about the killer crabs? Oh, right. You didn't go on that hunter estate. You really missed out. It was thrilling. Or, I guess, it would have been. You'll have to play the game again to get that reference, I suppose. You pull on your beach attire and splash water on your face. Dwight and Claudette approach. Is that look on their faces excitement? Terror? You notice your stomach flutters with butterflies. Someone's in love. Or you've been infected with zombie butterflies in your sleep. It has happened here before, but it's probably the love thing. It's time. Claudette gestures over to the beach where the killers all stand flanked by tiki torches. They seem very reminiscent of a TV show you used to hate watch with your ex. Saving. Suddenly, the message is clear. You're going to declare your affections for a killer in front of several other killers. Hey, isn't Trickster supposed to be here? We paid him good money to make some half-assed cameos in this show. I'm going to chew his agent out. Before they walk over for your big moment, a little birdie told us that someone in particular has an extra strong crush on you. And another little birdie reminded us that you've been kind of a dick since you got here, and we reserve the right to withhold that information, even if it leads you to making a terrible decision that gets you murdered. So are you ready? Of course you're not, but too bad, we're on a schedule. You make your way over to the row of hotties. Claudette and Dwight stand off to the side, hands behind their backs. It's been quite the 48 hours, but there are clearly sparks in the air. And I'm not just talking about this rusty chainsaw. Though, I do recommend staying away from those sparks. It's time for our newcomer to confess their love. Wait, I have to do a drum roll for this one. No, you don't. But who cares? Goes then. What do you choose for your solo date? Can we at least do the flower thing? Dwight, I thought we agreed to keep that between us. No, not that flower thing. The thing where the suitor gets a flower as a symbol of their contestant's love and affection. Oh, right, I suppose. But no roses. There's such a cliche at this point. Well, that's good because I tried to pick a rose, but I got an ouchie, so I settled for these. Hey, Spooky Rose. Speaking of Rose. How dare. Beautiful. You've done good, Dwight. This is a lovely bouquet. I hope Dwight saves some of these for Claudette. They're a thing, right? You're getting that vibe too? Just me? Sorry. You've got other things to think about right now. Gozen, who do you select to receive these flowers and spend the day with you today? You approach Spirit, peering below the brim of her impressively large hat and into her haunting eyes. Spirit, since I met you, I've been enchanted by your presence. You've challenged me to be a better person and resisted the urge to show me the sharp end of your katana. For that, I thank you. I'm ready to take our relationship to the next level. Oh, that's a lot of fun, Spooky Rose. Surprisingly, I'm usually not into this stuff. It's probably just going to be like a one and done for stream, but yeah, it's fun. At least I understand Dead by Daylight. So if I didn't play DBD, I probably wouldn't play this at all, obviously. And we shall, up to the eye of the dark storm that is our reality, to the lantern room of the Black Lighthouse. Oh my. Time to see what you're made of, Gozen. Uh-oh. Hold it. I thought it might be nice to start out the day on the Trapper's Yacht before we head up to the Black Lighthouse. Even if I kind of hate this basic tropical vacation stuff like yachts and snorkeling or whatever, it's good for you to see me in the sun a little bit, at least. There's more to me than what you've already gotten to experience. Yep, Trapper has a yacht. Trapper's supposed to be loaded. He's rich. I know that my whole vibe can be a little dark. The hat, the swimsuit, the plume of floating hair. That wasn't always who I was. I was a normal young woman once. Went to school, hung out with friends. I even had a part-time job working at a restaurant in town. And then, well, I know what happened. Your father, Yeah, he murdered me and I awoke as an undead avenger. That's not what I was getting at. Something else happened to me. I realized I needed to be seen. I don't even know by whom, I just... A lot of time when you think about ghosts, they're these kind of see-through flickering specters. You imagine reaching out and having your hand go right through them. Ooh, that sort of thing. Maybe there's some warpy effect on the world around you. I don't know. Depends on which movie you're watching. But when I died, well, I dare you to try and reach your hand through me. Not really. That's not an invitation. It's rhetorical. Why did I end up this way? Who brought me here to this island? Who knows? I sure don't. I've got my ideas. But I'm not exactly out there digging around in caves or dusting off antiques and trying to find clues and analyze their meanings. I want to take this experience seriously, though. I want to give the process or process a chance. It may be a dumb process, but one that I have extremely little respect for as a person. You just woke up on this beach with no memory of who you are or where you came from, and rather than freak out and simply try and swim away, you're giving this a chance. I actually didn't know that swimming away was an option. It's not. However, the fact that you never even tried, I think that means you've got courage, or an open mind, or, I don't know, maybe you stuck around because you like someone you met here. Maybe. While the two of you were getting all deep and philosophically flirty, the yacht pulled up to the shore next to the Black Lighthouse. Last stop, everybody off. There were other stops? Oh, no, not on this trip of your life. Spirit rolls her eyes and leaves for the shore. I'm just messing with you. This was the only stop. Nobody here is really looking out for our fun, so we have to make it for ourselves. But no, there are no other stops. Seriously, go. Race you to the poop deck, Dwight. The ship doesn't even have a poop deck. Oh, it will. As you disembark, you see Dwight and Claudette run giggling across the ship. Too bad you can't date those two. They seem like they know how to have a good time. You arrive at the beach near the majestic Black Lighthouse. Its imposing form towers above you. A flock of birds circles lazily, no sense of fear or urgency, as if circling a corpse that hasn't moved in ages. What did we say last, like a minute ago? I'm losing track here. Nope, a few minutes. I'm excited about today, see? Spirit places her wrist delicately in your hand and presses your fingers down against her skin. It's cool to the touch, but you feel, is that the faintest of pulses? My blood is absolutely pumping. So, what happens now? Now I show you something that no one has ever seen up close before. Well, no one who has lived to tell about it. We're going there. Hold it. Spirit points to the top of the lighthouse amongst the circling birds. What's actually up there? Have you seen it? Did you see it? Hey, y'all. How's everyone doing today? Hi, Wraith. You sure seem chipper today. Something strange is definitely going on with this guy. Well, something else strange. Something different than what's usually going on. Wraith takes a deep breath, sucking in the ocean air like it's the greatest air that has ever been sucked. Gozen, thank you. Thank you for choosing anyone else to go on a date with today. Alone, again, forever. This is how I was meant to be. I feel alive. Are you done? We're kind of, on the date you just mentioned. I'm glad you're feeling better, Wraith. But like she said, we're in the middle of something. You mind? Oh, right. So, what you doing? Heading up to the eye of the lighthouse? I love it up there. You can really see the whole island from up there. In fact... Spirit, I thought you said no one has been up there and lived to tell about it. This sounds exactly like telling about it. Technically, I don't think Wraith counts as being alive. I mean, I don't maintain the canon, but... Spirit waves her arms at Wraith from head to toe. And if he's not dead now, he's gonna be when I punish him for interrupting our date. Hey now, we can't solve our problems without our hair floating up into any menacing shapes. I'll just be over here running away, enjoying the view. I think Wraith was kidding about the whole being up there. Honestly, the view isn't even on the island. You can see is mostly ocean on account of it being, a lighthouse. However, that does bring up an interesting point. Regarding your, how do I say it? Spirit's hand floats up as she scratches her head contemplatively. You don't usually see her at a loss for words like this. What's your mortal status? Because despite what our lanky friend seems to think, the lighthouse is not to be trifled with. It's a beacon of death and suffering that brings doom to it from all corners of this world, if not further. Well, duh. You saw a freaking pirate ship seemingly travel through space and time, only to crumble at the rocks beneath the spooky tower. But you decide not to point it out, because that wouldn't be too romantic now, would it? I think I'm alive. I'm here with you, walking this beach, feeling the water on my feet, feeling the sun on my skin. Here, with me, the spirit? Does that really make you feel alive? I guess, I don't know. If you come up with me into the eye of the Black Lighthouse, you may never return. Is that a risk you're willing to take? Because we have something. I won't deny it. I feel it. I'd hate for you to simply turn to ash. If we were to commit right here and now to figuring this out as friends, you could put that risk off for another time. Just be friends? Ouch. Is this your way of letting you down easy? I don't know if I want that friendship. I want you. That's why I choose you. Didn't come all this way for nothing, did we? I can't decide this for you. I can only warn you that it may not be safe. You might die up there, and there's nothing I can do about it. Stay down here, live for sure. Go up, maybe die. No saves. Going up! Taking that chance. You take a deep breath and think about every particle of sea air as it travels into your body and fills your lungs. It may be the last time you have such a thought, but you feel strangely at peace with that information. I don't need another friend. I want something more. I'd risk my life for it. Spirit smiles a quirky, devilish smile. Delightfully devilish, Seymour. Right this way. Inside the lighthouse is almost pitch black. It was seemingly day when you stepped through the door, but inside this place is like a void. The last thing you see as the final rays of sun leave you is a horrible sight, a petrified body lying on the stairs, reaching not up but down, as if it had been crawling. Watch your step. The things we do for love. You arrive in the lantern room at the top of the black lighthouse. You breathe a sigh of relief. The light is out and seemingly defunct. Dust cakes the room, as though it hasn't been operated in a century. However, somehow, it was just a morning a moment ago, but how is it now it's night? What do you mean a moment ago? We've been standing here looking over the ocean, out over the ocean all day. I really enjoyed the peaceful time together with you, taking in the view, sitting in complete silence for hours. It was kind of my perfect date. Really? I don't remember that. I just called it the perfect date, and you can't be bothered to remember it? What kind of game are you playing with me? I want to remember it. It's just that for some reason my mind is completely blank. But hey, I'm not dead. Or you're already dead and have been this whole time. That's true. Maybe we'll never know. It doesn't look like the light is working. Even turned off, the light has a power to it. The massive lens refracts moonlight through itself, a subtle sparkle that has a hypnotic effect. Maybe that's where the day went? Soaring into this light as the sun fell and the moon rose. Thanks for spending the day with me. I really had a good time. That's it? Don't get me wrong. This is really cool and all. I guess I don't know what I expected. I suppose if you thought you were walking into your death and nothing happened, it might feel a bit anticlimactic. Sorry. Anyhow, it's time to go. Here, let me just flip the light for the staircase so it's easy to get down. The stairs look pretty dark. Maybe it... Spirit is interrupted by a strange hum, and then it becomes frighteningly clear to you. That switch wasn't for the stairs, it was for the main lantern. A lantern that is now beginning to power up. The faintest smell of burning begins to reach up to your nose. Oopsie. Looks like maybe that switch wasn't for the stair lights at all. Now we see who really is alive and who really is dead, I suppose. It was bound to happen sooner or later. You slam your eyes closed, hoping that somehow not looking at the light itself will protect you. Not sure I see the logic in that, but if it is magic, it kind of defies logic. I want to see it, but Well, I'm a little scared. Don't look directly into the light. Open your eyes and only look at me and I'll keep you safe. Oh, ready. Mini game time. Uh-oh. You're in the dark. Blind skill checks? It's 3 out of 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah, shit. Way off. I missed completely. Are you okay? You seem okay. I hope I haven't ruined this by pushing you to do something you weren't meant to do. You're so brave. Maybe not so coordinated, but certainly brave. I'm so lucky you put yourself through this for me. It shows that you're real. Despite your attempt to resist it, the incredible force of energy from the Black Lighthouse's lantern eye refuses to subside. No, it cannot be ignored, and it doesn't matter if you look directly at it or not. In the end, that was just a trivial game. This is real life and real magic. You stare at it now, and its power penetrates your mind. Drippy.
Hey, been a while. How are things? Doing good? Feeling more dead or more alive? Yeah, love will do that to a person. Don't worry, it'll make sense soon.
You wake to hear Spirit's muffled voice. You've got a terrible taste in your mouth, like burnt hair. The air feels damp and smells like ash. Takes time for the sound to clear up, but eventually Spirit's words start to make sense to you. However, it's clear she's talking to someone else, not to you. You know how sometimes people say, it's not you, it's me? Well, this time it is you, and it's also me. I can't believe I thought you would change for me. I can't believe I thought what you were doing was a sacrifice. You never gave anything up for me. Well, today I saw what love looks like. It looks a whole lot different than this. I don't think you're hearing me, which is weird because I'm practically shouting. Nobody breaks up with Trapper. Nobody. Oh yeah? Fine. Nobody breaks up with Trapper, but I'm not doing that. I'm dumping. Don't you say it. I'm dumping Evan McMillan, and there's nothing you or he can do about it. It's over between us, Evan. Rin, Trapper turns from Spirit and looks directly at you. You realize that you're laying on the ground of some weird tunnel. I think that your shouting woke up Gozen. My shouting? Stay quiet. Fake snore. Say something. Stay quiet. In an attempt to be as quiet as possible, you hold your breath and freeze in place. Sorry we woke you up, Gozen. After what happened, you'd probably be better off sleeping for a bit longer. Things just got out of hand. How'd you know? You were talking in your sleep, basically nonstop, until you woke up and then got quiet. What was I saying? I don't know. I don't speak Dutch. Gigi spreek Netherlands? Bijlikabar? Yeah, see, there you go again. The curse of almost killing Millennia has struck, now she can't get back. Uh-oh. The jig is up, as they say. Or the jig is, as they say, up. You know you're awake now, and you're going to have to deal with this awkward situation head on. Apply directly to forehead. Clearly, I shouldn't be here. You two are having a very personal conversation that I don't need to be involved in. I don't even know how I got here. Not here on this island, or here in this creepy tunnel. As far as this island goes, your guess is as good as mine. As far as this tunnel goes, we brought you here. We? You and Trapper? But after the lighthouse light came on, you blacked out. On your way down, I thought you might have hit your head or something. It's hard to tell what blood is new or old around here. Either way, I wanted you to get you to someplace safe, and so I asked Trapper for help. It's not that I can't carry you. I just didn't feel like it, you know? I hate anything messing with my shards. Trapper, on the other hand, he loves nothing more than having an unconscious body draped over his shoulder. I could have asked Claudette and Dwight for help, but I don't trust them. But you trust Trapper? Like and trust are two different things. You might think Trapper can be a real jerk, and you'd be right. But you get what you see with him. We brought you down here because we're the only ones who know about this place. It's part of an old tunnel network that connects different places on the island. What's up, guys? Talking island mysteries? My favorite topic. I was just in the neighborhood, so I thought I'd pop in. Trapper, you said this place was private. Don't look at me. I didn't tell him about it. Half of the appeal of this spot is getting away from people like him. Well, geez, I can see when I'm not wanted. So, you three a throuple now, or... Because I gotta say, I really don't get the whole trapper spirit thing. But hey, it's not my business. I don't stick my nose in it. We're not a thing. Nobody traps the trapper. Not with traps or with relationships. And you do realize you're sticking your nose in our business right now, right? Wow, so hostile. If you don't want to talk about it, just say so. Anyhow, this tunnel has some very interesting features. If you head about 50 meters down that way, you'll find... Get out! Wraith looks around just to be doubly sure that Trapper is addressing him. I was just leaving. This island is a lonely place, which is great for me. I love to be alone. Trapper, on the other hand, he's quite needy. For a lot of pursuit, I finally let him catch up to me. And it became, well, I don't want to call it a relationship because somebody really didn't want to have that talk. But we were more than friends. Uh-oh. I dispute the events as told for the record. I don't pursue, I stalk, and I lie in wait. Seeing eye to eye was not one of the things we were good at. So I have to ask, but did I just look at a refrigerator-sized death lamp? So I guess I'm more of a glutton for punishment than I thought? What were you good at? Well, for starters... Excuse me, I'll take that question. Thank you very much. If you know anything about me by now, it's that I'm on a quest for revenge. Exactly, but you might not know, Trapper is like a great classical maestro of revenge. Trapper blushes behind the mask. That's one way to compliment a killer. Revenge against friends who had turned their back and betrayed him. Revenge against his father for making him into a monster. Revenge against a barista who even wrote Ewan on his cappuccino, knowing his name was actually Evan. For someone who thinks about revenge as much as I do, Trapper is an inspiration. They say to never date your heroes. Good advice, but I don't think that's the saying. And then you came along, Gozen. You showed me that it's okay to be lost, to feel pathetic, to push on when you have nothing real to offer it to anyone. I'm not sure where you got all of that from, but okay. You held up a mirror to my own doubts and fears and showed me they aren't even everything about me. That I can embrace those things, but not be defined by them. You showed me that life after death can be more than just an obsession with revenge and mind-blowing sex on the ground in a dark cave or a dusty old tunnel. Hold up. Trapper nudges you in the ribs with his elbow. Gross. Clearly appealing to Trapper's better features has been a winning strategy for dumping his ass, because he seems to be taking it quite well. Oh no, I started to hear that lady, or witchy mama. And I had not had a laugh while consuming any beverage in a while. This is someone being pantless, so she took care of that. This whole half-assed dating show parody thing. At first, I obviously thought it was a lame idea. What kind of moron thought there was an audience for this? But then we spent some time together, and I realized there's something actually real here. I don't want to give up on it. I don't want to give up on us. Listen, Gozen. While you were knocked unconscious by some minor head trauma like a total weakling, Spirit confided in me that she has real feelings for you. I took it extremely well, naturally, because I trust her and value her opinions. Doesn't mean I trust you. If you want to get to her, you'll have to go through me first. By passing Trapper's test, trademark, coming to Behavior TV, Sundays at 8 p.m. Welcome to Trapper's Test. Answer my questions correctly or die by my blade. Saving. Question 1. Now the controller, since it's used to having someone be pantless in the room, it's being used. I may or may not be pantless right now, for the record. The Trapper. What is Spirit's real name? The one given to her by a murderous father, which she only lets her real friends call her. Rin Yamaoka. Okay, you got that one. Don't celebrate yet. Question 2. What lives inside Spirit? A dragon, a demon, a ghost. A dragon. Sure, everyone knows that. It won't all be this easy. Question 3. Where did Spirit work back when she was a normal college girl, before she was hell-bent on revenge? Restaurant. I know, to think I would date a waitress. Don't tell my father I ever mingled with the help like that. He'd be so disappointed in me. Not panties. Why not both? Question 4. How many questions do we got? What is Spirit's favorite color? Oh, shit. Black isn't a color, though. Are these questions largely superficial? Sure. Maybe I didn't get to know Spirit that well. Maybe that's why she dumped. Maybe that's why it didn't work out for us. Who knows? Did I score yet? Nope, Mr. Code. We're still going. This is still playthrough 1. Question 5. The final question. You got this, Gozen. According to Spirit, what's worse than being dead? Creating parts of your life, not being seen for who you are, having unfinished business. I actually forget this one. I think it's 1 or 3. Having unfinished business or not being seen for who you are. I got it. When I pitched Trapper's test to the suits at Behavior TV, they told me there was no room in the budget for a new car to be given as the final prize for winning. So I killed them all, right there on the spot. While killing them didn't solve any of the budget problems, it sure did feel good. Telling you this, A, to brag, and B, to explain why the only thing you're good to win is me saying congratulations for passing Trapper's test. Now that it was, not that it was some huge challenge, I mean, the woman obsessed with a giant light that shines in the dark has a chip on her shoulder about being seen. Go figure. You probably guessed, but rules are rules, even if I literally just made them up. You got it right. So I guess I approve of you dating Spirit, or whatever. I never really cared in the first place. I was just hoping you'd slip up and give me a good excuse to wet my blade with your blood. Maybe I'll find a reason tomorrow. For now, you two have fun. Wink, wink, wink. Trapper out. I'm sorry you had to endure that. What, 5 measly questions? It was nothing. Not even that. As ridiculous and unnecessary as it was, the whole thing. The waking up in a random tunnel, the overhearing of our argument, the news that Trapper and I had something going on, and the stupid quiz. All of it. Especially the whole Trapper out catchphrase. It's only because I actually like you. None of it would have happened if I didn't. And I like you too, Spirit. Sorry, been in and out. No, it's all good. Welcome back. Please, call me Rin. Uh-oh, we're moving on, chat. We're doing it. Rin. I didn't really feel like our lighthouse experience was completed. There was something else I wanted to show you. Hold up. Alone, up in the lantern room of the tower. Mamma mia. Get your mind out of the gutter, Gozen. It's not that kind of game. Sad, I'm out of here. Nope, uninstall. This game knows me. What's that? Hold on a moment. I'm being told, no, wait, it is that kind of game. Disregard the gutter comment. Wait a minute. Come back up there with me? There's no place I'd rather be. You're excited to return to the lantern room of this lighthouse, despite all of the drama and worry that was previously a part of this place for you. More importantly, you're excited to be there with Spirit, which makes it all the more crushing. Uh-oh. When you're interrupted by the arrival of Claudette and Dwight. Claudette, Dwight, funny seeing you here. Wait, did I say funny? I meant tragic. Tragic? I don't think so. What could be tragic about a family reunion? Those are always joyous occasions in my experience. Before they can explain what that even's supposed to mean, the lighthouse begins to howl a low, frightening sound. The lens begins to glow in a now familiar way. You prepare to shield your eyes in case something bad something bad happens to you again. Now isn't the time for any reality show adjacent shenanigans. Dwight, Claudette, shield your eyes. We don't know what this lighthouse will. Now, please don't interrupt. You think after all this time, You know that we've got your best interest in mind. Wait, what? No, of course. I don't think that I... Got wax in your ears, friend? I'd asked you not to interrupt. Too late. The black light flares. In the darkness, you see something horrible and strange. In the place of Claudette and Dwight are two ghoulish silhouettes. Before you can focus on them, the light passes, and the two survivors are returned to their normal states. It's breezy up here. I should have packed a sweater. What in the hairy hell? Hey, watch the language. You shouldn't speak that way. Around your elders. Grandpa. My little Rin. You're such a woman now. They grow up so fast. What? Goes and meet Grandpa Kazan Yamaoka. Well, technically not just Grandpa. Technically, he's my great-great-great-great-great-grandpa. That's a lot of greats to say in a row. I haven't seen my little Rin since I watched over her from the afterlife when she was just a little girl. I expect you to say all the greats. It's a matter of honor and respect. Except Rin. She can do whatever she wants, my precious little angel. But you... Uh-oh. Oni stares at you with his demonic red eyes. You're pretty sure even the decorative third eye in his mask is looking at you. You mongrel. You must treat me with respect, or so help me. I'll be cleaning bits of your head off of my kanabo. A kanabo is like a metal baseball bat covered in spikes, FYI. The Oni stick. I'm not sure what a peasant like you is doing so close to a descendant of the noble Yamaoka bloodline in the first place. Dirk, Claudine, explain what's going on to me. Can we save this again? It's Dwight, sir, and Claudette. Remember? We explained to you that you were going to meet you with your great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter's suitor to give or withhold your approval. 5 greats! I thought there was one missing. Great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, sir. Your honor, master, sir. Dwight, he's a samurai, not a judge. Grandpa, they must have summoned you here because they think you have great judgment, and because if they summoned my father, I would be too distracted by torturing him for all eternity to continue with the rest of the whatever this is. Show? Game? Experience? Daddy Oni making an appearance? Indeed. What a twist. Ah, yes. That makes sense. Only a man of my power and magnitude can help. Self-important much? Nice to meet you, Kazan. Only my friends and family call me Kazan. Those who tremble in my fear at my presence call me Oni. You're seeing a serious resemblance to Trapper. In not only the sheer size of the man that Oni is, but also his attitude. Apparently Spirit has a type. You sure you can or want to measure up to that? Hold it. It dawns on you that, wait a second, maybe you do resemble Oni. Every time you've tried to look at your own reflection, however, you become dizzy and confused. This definitely deserves more thought, but now is not the time to consider the fact that you might be some kind of hulking vampire with the first ever case of self-blindness. There's a massive samurai mad dogging you from 2 steps away. Well, you don't scare me at all, so I'll stick with Kazan. Peasant! I realize now that the true purpose of my visit is to extinguish your light. Oni waves his katana in the air at you menacingly. Like great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. Like great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter, apparently. Hold up there, Grandpops. Not so fast. You're supposed to kill him if they deserve it. First, you should get to know him a little better. Young people these days. Always wanting to kill people. Insisting. Always waiting to kill people. Insisting they must deserve it. Back in my day, you did what you needed to be done because your nobility depended on it. In his day, for such an imposing presence, he sure is giving off serious old man yells at cloud vibes. You see, when I was a young man, we didn't have foreigners in our land. In our land. There's the line. Nice. No surrender.
In our land, we say no surrender.
Didn't need them. We had an abundance of culture already. A little too much, if you ask me. But I didn't make the rules. The rulers did exactly how it should be. Literature, art, commerce, theater, fashion, poetry, puppet shows, ghost stories. courtesans, gambling, fighting, fine dining, fast food, public executions. Oh, I'm dropping frames. Hold up. My frames go. Where are my frames at? Frames are returning for now. Glanced over. What are we talking about? Spirit giggles at her great. Okay, I'm not saying all of those every time. At Oni's forgetfulness. You wonder, does she even like this guy? She sure hates her father, so... Listen up, old man. We don't have time for you to list every activity available to a samurai in the entirety of the Edo period. Silence, peasant. You're showing your ignorance. Samurai were forbade from many activities that didn't befit the Bushido code, such as attending certain theatrical performance, for instance. Sometimes, however, a samurai would put a disguise in order to seek out entertainment. Now, I'm not saying that I did because I had honor, and a body built like an entire castle that is quite hard to hide. But clearly, you have neither my honor nor my physique. You don't even know about the ins and outs of the shifting rules of traditional Japanese samurai etiquette, you fool! Rin, what would you want? What would you want with such an uneducated admirer as this? You find it hard to believe that any contemporary person knows all that much about who was and wasn't allowed to do what leisure activities over 100 years ago. However, you're really not sure how to handle this massive demonic old man. Oh, wait, I get it. Sweet Rin, my beautiful descendant. You've invited me here to do what you're too kind to do. Bash the jerk's head in. Claude, Doris, fetch my cannibal. Rin, wrap your robe around this mongrel's hands and hold them still. We'll splatter their brains on the beach together as a family. Grandpa, no. That's not why I invited you here at all. In fact, I didn't invite you. Claudette and Dwight did. Yes, sure. Wink, wink, wink. This whole saying wink out loud thing is getting out of hand. Him and Trapper really do have a lot in common, don't they? I swear Gozen has a good soul and the heart of a warrior. They fought for my love in their own way, faced down death more than once, and put up with their fair share of nonsense. Nonsense which seems to be endless. Can we, I don't know, wrap this up already? Of course, of course. Who am I to expect anyone to wait around for my approval? I've only been hanging out as a ghost and watching my bloodline be polluted by cowards and quitters for 5 generations. Just come give your ancestor-in-law a hug. Sword drawn, Oni beckons you closer. There's no way he has ever hugged anyone in his entire life. I think I'm good over here, actually. Rin, now! Push them away and I'll split them in half. The sacrifice of this usurper to the Yamaoka bloodline will surely bring us back to life and set us back on the course of honor. You're so silly, Grandpa. We both know that only one sacrifice can get our family back on track. Revenge on my father, your great-great-great-great-grandson, traitor to the Yamaoka name. The lust for violence in your voice, it fills me with cheer. I'll never forget who I am. I suppose if this person you want to be with, to go on your journey of bloody revenge with, I should trust your judgment. The strength inside your blooms from the same cherry tree that was planted centuries ago by our sacred ancestors. And if Gozen ever treats me poorly, you have my word, on my family's honor, I will yield my katana and get them like a fish. A tear rolls down from behind Oni's demonic mask. You sure you want to marry into this? And one last word of advice, my dear girl. The father stuff, don't forget it. But maybe stop focusing so specifically and obsessively on it. What he did, it was awful. But it was already done. Do something for yourself now. Just my 2 cents. Be well, Rin. I will see you again soon. Now, let's go, servants. Clint, Denise, return me to the stables. I assume my dragon has been fed and tended to. Yes, sure. I swear this is still better than dealing with Trapper's dad. I'm sorry if I was disrespectful of your great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. He seemed like a very special man. Hey, Clickson. I realize I will never measure up to someone like that. A warrior with a hell of a fashion sense. I mean, that mask. Don't worry. I would never expect you to. Or want you to, really. If all I wanted was the biggest brute alive, I'd be down Trapper's Cave right now avoiding his vintage bear traps. But that's not the life I had imagined for myself. The sense of abstract duty, anger at a world changing around me, a lust for blood, that's no way to live. And yet, as you know, that is the Yamaoka way of life. Forever, I'm cursed to battle against the dragon that lives inside me. Or at least maybe I was until now. Call me the Dragon Tamer, baby. Oh, there we go, make it known. I'm now the Dragon Tamer. Will now be known as Gozen the Dragon Tamer. You haven't won this game yet. Please don't ruin it. All right, maybe not. Ruining another moment. Sorry, I have no idea where that came from. It's the lack of non-alcohol in me, Rin. I'm sorry. That's what I get for not drinking that Bloody Mary earlier. I think we spent enough time in this lantern room. We should go back to the beach. The moonlight sets off a romantic mood as storm clouds roll in and surround the black lighthouse. You know, the sun might have set, but if we wait long enough, it will rise again. Saving. Saving. Spirit removes her sheer robe, showing you her strappy black bikini. Her pale skin glows under the light of the moon. Hold up. Maybe you could help me get a head start on applying tomorrow's sunscreen. Wait a minute. Again? I mean, yeah, of course. Last time was, well, I definitely felt more connected to you afterwards.
Banned.
To be totally real with you, I kind of just asked you as a goof, but I really enjoyed it. Wait a minute. Hold it. I swear, though, if you tell anyone about this, I will not be labeled a foot freak. Here's the sound.
You like feet.
Hey, Vicky Secrets. How are you? Steady, steady. Oh. I'm doing great, thank you. How are you? Yes. Oh boy. Almost. Hey, Mr. G's Nuts. Hello there. Thank you for the 100 bits. Yes.
These nuts 81 cheered X 100. What
Oh,
the hell am I looking at?
God, that's so goddamn hot. I love feeling your hands sliding up and down my feet and between my toes. My skin has never been more moist. Mamma mia. Get up here right now. Oh my, she's blushing. Hang on. And I'm taking screenshots for the next thumbnail of the stream. Clickbaits. Before you can find a towel to wipe off your lotioned hands, Spirit grabs you and pulls you in close. Hey, God, what's up? Ahoy. Ahoy, everybody. You're just in time. Put the kids to bed. Her lips lock onto yours. They're surprisingly soft and warm. The sensation is incredible. Ahoy. Clouds cover the moon and you find yourself on the beach with Spirit in complete darkness. You can feel the narrow straps of her bathing suit come undone and come to life, snaking through the air, wrapping around your body, lifting you up off of your feet. Mamma mia.
Dirty alien intercourse.
Come here, you. So, this is what it feels like to fly. That we're calling. As Spirit pulls you close, you feel bits of glass press into your flesh. Pain and pleasure mix and wash over you like the ocean. Salty air stinging your skin as you writhe against your undead lover. The lighthouse howls. In the darkness, you're pretty sure that Spirit lets the dragon inside of her take over. If it kills you, you're sure it will have all been worth it. The clouds part just as you manage to pull yourself, exhausted, away from Spirit. Whose blood is this? Blank screen? What? Pay for DLC? A chunk of broken glass is lodged in your shoulder. When you pluck it from your skin, it drips blood. Sorry, think this got stuck into me when I was having the best night of my life. Spirit drags her fingertips over the sharp glass of the end of the glass shard. Keep it. Consider it a memento. I got plenty more where that came from. You arrive at the beach to find Claudette and Dwight waiting for you. Now is the time, Gozen, to face your destiny. Actually, about that. Gozen, can we talk? Privately? Maybe, not here? Maybe someplace else will be better for this talk. You know how we feel about schedules, Spirit. Very strongly. And you know how I feel about you telling me what to do. Don't do it. Like I said, I'd rather have this talk with Gozen privately. It's not right to do it here in front of everyone. You know, from my experience in upper management at my father's mine, I learned that if you're going to fire someone, it's best to do it in public so they don't freak out. Please, enough of the fire talk. Wait, you think... No, she couldn't be. They seem so in love. Well, I mean, not really. Spirit is still Spirit. If I try to imagine Spirit in love, I suppose she hasn't attempted to murder Gozen yet, so... Okay, fine. Your guess is as good as mine, really. That girl is very hard to read. Word of advice, though. If you're going to end it quickly. In my experience, the more pathetic the creature, the more annoying the final howls are. Huntress Snoo Snoo. I don't need any advice. Everyone out! Except for Gozen. Did someone say final howls? It's kind of my whole jam. I can't stay, right? Especially you! Out! Lame. Alone with Spirit, you feel something awful hanging in the air. More awful than the lingering smell of that Cleaver body spray. Ugh, that gag. I'm gagging. We're all gagging for Cleaver body spray. Spirit, Rin, I don't know what you plan on saying, but before you say anything, just know that I really, really enjoyed my time with you. Getting to know you over the past few days helped me to really get to know myself. For that, I just wanted to say thank you. Ball gag. That's sweet. You're welcome. And you know what? It's that kind of thing that shows me you've got a good heart inside you. Too good for me to carve out and toss into the ocean, but also too good for me to love. I need someone who shares my interests, someone I can connect with, someone jaded and dispassionate, only driven forward by a desire for revenge. I need someone who isn't so warm and I feel cold, that I feel cold in comparison. I need someone who isn't you, denied. Can we just be friends? I don't know if... Before you finish that, just know if we're not friends, we'll probably become enemies, and I will destroy you. Friends it is! I'm glad to have you here for me when I need you, but also not too close to me when I don't. So yeah, I'll see you around. Spirit starts to leave. Wait, what? That's it? That's how this ends? You're just leaving me here? I'm not sure I used the word ends, and for that matter, I wouldn't say that I'm leaving, but us, we're definitely through. The fact that you can't see that, well, just proves that we never really belonged together anyhow. Good night, Gozen. Sedge. What the hell? I just spent all this time on this island doing everything I could to get to know you, only to be told that I should just leave the chocolate factory through the side door? I don't know what that means. Anyway, I said good night, Gozen. See you around. Jeez, I'm sorry. What a bummer. Hey, why'd you keep saying she'll see me around? Gosh, I have no idea. Achievement unlocked. Friends forever.
And so my precious killers lived happily ever after, as they should, learning to love themselves first and foremost. While trapped in a never-ending cycle of torture of my design. Wait, did I just spoil my true identity? You made it this far, you should probably not know that. You'll have to play the game to find out more. Goodbye, Gozen. See you again later, and again, and again, and again. Forever. The end.
One down. You did it. 3.5 hours later. GG. I don't know what I did wrong. I get a long-term relationship with the spirit. Is it possible? I'm sure it is. Been hearing things about 10 plus endings. DVD dating sim, NG plus speedruns. Must have been my earlier answers. I have no idea. Blind. Goes in 3 blind. That was my first ever visual novel that actually I gave it a chance and played through entirely on stream, I will say. And it was fun. It was funny. It had some good writing, I thought. Pretty sure you can just hold down like the fast forward button. So obviously there's probably many branching paths since I just kept choosing the spirit over and over and over. Millennia down. I repeat, Millennia down. Gideon down as well. Cheers. Congratulations. Nice. Gideon down his butt. I will say the Trickster was a surprise since I don't think any of the previews showed him. Now that you can date the Trickster, and I believe Claudette and Dwight, I don't remember seeing in any promotional trailers either. First try it on Gideon, nice. Oh, this has a lot of people in the credits. Yeah, so with me reading all the dialogue here and everything and playing the game without any game overs, it took me about 3 hours and 20-ish minutes, I'd say, or so, give or take. Over 3 hours. I think the game timer said like 3 hours or so. And Ghostface too. So they finally added sex to Dead by Daylight. In so many words. Not real Dead by Daylight. All the memes. Yeah, there's a Ghostface reference, and there's also, like, I think an Easter egg in the game, which I didn't get, or it depends maybe on the story you go. The devs definitely knew, the writers of this definitely knew what would come up or whatever. I'm surprised they didn't mention Myers, but maybe there's an Easter egg for that, or every time about, we want Michael Myers. K. Myers, okay. Thank you for playing. That was Hooked on You, the Dead by Daylight dating sim. First playthrough. Credits for fun shoes. I know these other saves. Well, this one's like pretty far back, like an hour back. I'm not really sure what to do different, but either way, yeah, it was about, there you go, 3 hours and 16-ish minutes. Achievement check. Let's see. Wow, a lot of hidden ones. Holy crap. 20 plus hidden ones. So it looks like there's not hidden achievements. If you remember earlier on, you get a chance to vote out somebody that you can't date anymore. So there's one for getting rid of the Huntress, one for the Wraith. One for each of them, I guess. Each of the 4. Forest Friend, is that blood on your mask, or are you just happy to see me? Pensive Pairing. It's in the heart of the unraveling mystery. Completionist. Serial Dater. These are all the hidden ones. Again, we can't see the description on here, but it shows the title. Currently, 2,197 people are in game. It's $9.99 US. 89% currently. The reviews are positive out of the 1,700 reviews. Someone tired? Go to sleep after the stream ends? Let us romance Ghostface, cowards. The DVD community is so thirsty. I like it. Anna can step on my balls for real. Clown DLC when Mommy Huntress is oh so yummy. I think I'm gonna go back to the mortuary assistant next. Still working through that, trying to figure out how that game works. Enjoyed that one too. The other new one I was playing last night. I started last night. So this was fun. Like I said, I probably will not play this again on stream, but I may play this off stream or just like fast forward, see what other little things I can do. I did do my linking, so I should have Jake Park, Surf Survivor, and Captured Heart Charm DVD in game. Like I said, match. Universal. Very rare. Yeah, thanks for anybody that came by to watch. I'm going to, not end stream, I'm going to switch over to the Mortuary Assistant, the other game I was playing last night. That one came out 2 days ago, so. GG.